Hello everybody and welcome back to another live stream. Hope you're all doing well tonight. Sorry about that. It took a little longer than usual to get the stream started. Usually there's maybe about a 30-second delay between when I press record and when the stream actually starts, but this time it seemed a little longer than usual. I had to refresh my page twice. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. When will Mater's diecast history be coming up? That's a very good question. Progress on it's been quite a bit slower than past episodes for some reason. Honestly, I'm not sure why. I've been busy this week. I've had a lot of schoolwork. I'm approaching the end of my college year here, so work's kind of ramping up, and I've just been busy in general this week, so unfortunately I wasn't able to get it out as quickly as possible. I'm also returning to weekly uploads on my other channel, Uptown Funk, so a lot of my time editing this week, a lot of time that in past few weeks I've spent editing diecast history, has been spent editing from Uptown Funk instead, so I gotta try to readjust my schedule a bit, so that I can prioritize weekly diecast history and also weekly Uptown Funk. Also, Mater, like, there are just some things, like, I just don't feel as motivated, unfortunately, to start with Mater. There are a lot of really annoying things I have to get out of the way, which makes it a little... Yeah, the series, I've said this before, but I'm doing diecast history in the order of my collection, just because it's easiest for me to keep track of. That's not me saying, oh, the order I have my cars in is definitive, you know, but I'm just doing it in order of my collection, because that's the easiest for me to keep track of. And then obviously chronologically, which isn't how I organize my collection. I organize my collection by how prominent the variant is in the movies. But, yeah, I'm going in that order, because that's just easiest for me to keep track of. Do you collect any Funko Pops? I do. I have quite a few. They're all over my room. You could see them sometimes in my videos. They're kind of always around. I got quite a few by my minis. I got some on my windowsills. I got some on a shelf that I don't think I've ever shown. This episode for diecast history is just Mater's from the first movie. So once I've already recorded it, but once I just like sit down and get to work on it, I should be able to knock it out pretty quickly. I'm aiming for probably Tuesday, I want to say. A little later than I was hoping for, but actually I'm not sure if I could. I'm not sure. I'm hoping for Monday or Tuesday though. That's my hope for the first part on Mater. It's currently sitting at, let's see. It's about 20 minutes. It is actually it's only 16 minutes. So shortest episode so far. It should not be that hard. I just gotta get down to business and get it done. What kind of bird is a Crafts Adventures bird? You know, I don't know. I gotta call somebody, see if I know any, like, bird watchers. Favorite Ramon paint job? Radiator Springs Ramon. It's definitely my favorite, I think. I just love the Radiator Springs sunset design. Oh, Discord isn't closed. It's still, the server's still open. It's just all the links we have now are private links. A few months back, our server got raided, and I genuinely forgot to ever reopen the links. We wanted to wait a little bit to reopen them, and then I just kind of forgot. So we're hoping to reopen soon. We recently started sending out private links to people. Getting Thailand, Cactus McQueen, and Radiator Springs McQueen. No, I don't really have a need to. I guess my Radiator Springs McQueen is a little damaged, but I don't really have a need for another one or a replacement. I've seen Cactus McQueen a few times, but I don't really. Do you plan on doing more drawing streams soon? I can. I have my notebook right here. I was actually thinking about that right before I started. It's been a while since I've done a drawing stream. I don't have things set up to do one now, but in the future, it could be fun to return to those. Do you have a pet? No, I'm not really a pet person. Whenever someone asks me if I have pets, I say, like, oh, I had a fish, but it was one of those carnival fish, so it lived for one day. That doesn't really count. See this week's episode of X-Men 97. It was insane! I don't know if we could talk about that, because it only came out 2 days ago, but that was wild. The choices they made were insane, and I'm very interested and seeing what they're gonna do from here. But I'm also concerned they're just gonna have it be a cop-out and they're gonna like go back in time and undo it. Yeah, no, that was really good. It was crazy. My Kroger only has 3 mini racers left. Kroger doesn't exist where I live, so that's what I say whenever somebody complains to me about their Kroger stock. Like, there are no Krogers where I am, so consider yourself lucky. At least your stores have mini boxes. My Krogers don't exist. I don't understand how mini racers are still going when the boxes are not sold in major parts. I have no mini boxes and no Krogers. There you go. What do you think about the Greg Candyman diecast from 2023? I don't know. He looked the same to me. Just looked like a Thailand release of Greg. I didn't really see him. People were really hoping they would finally correct his color in 2023. I had a feeling they weren't going to. I think people forget. I'm pretty sure Greg had a Thailand variant in a few 2018 cases. Yeah, no, we need Ernie Gearson back, yeah. Someone was asking about Ernie Gearson earlier. Yeah, very nice. Case D. I have not found the Slime Deputy Hazard yet. Ideal DLC suit skins for Spider-Man 2. I'm not sure. Honestly, I haven't unlocked all the suits, so I'm genuinely... I'm not sure. I've been a little underwhelmed by them versus the first game. I don't know what my go-to would be. I'd say I don't really have a preference, but here I am also saying I'm disappointed. So I'm not entirely sure. Bad Batch has been good too. Yeah, we got 3 episodes of Bad Batch left. This week's was a little uninteresting, honestly. Anyone see the solar eclipse? I was in class when it happened, so I didn't, but I heard over here we didn't really get anything too interesting. Yeah, it was cloudy for me too. Weather's been awful over here all week. Mini racers would be dead without the multi-packs. I wouldn't say that, because they still make the boxes, which means they're selling just fine. The fact that the mini racers are still going on is just kind of crazy to me. Like, if you told me in 2017 that the mini racers line would be going on 7 years later and had now released cars from all three movies and the Cars tunes and expanded universe toy lines. Like, that's crazy to me. Fortnite skin you want to see be a thing. Um, uh, dang. Don't hit me with the hard questions. Can we get, hold on. Can we get, can we get, like, Captain Rex? I know they did some blank clones last year, but I'm surprised Fortnite hasn't done Cody or Rex. Ty, when will a Minecraft 3 live stream come out? Probably not anytime soon. The first two didn't do very well, which is fine. Um, but probably not anytime soon. I don't really expect to continue it. Yeah, there wasn't an 11 pack for 2023. You're right. Yeah, wow. XRS Rocket Racers predicted Fortnite plotters. For months, I've been thinking, when do I do the Fortnite Rocket Racing live stream? One of these days, we got to do that on the gaming stream. Just made me realize Cars 3 was 7 years ago. Gosh, I feel really old at 15. I turned 20 in 2 weeks. How do you think I feel? When do you think we'll get episode 24 out? It's actually edited. I just have to reshoot it. I did not like what I filmed of it, so I had to redo it. So it should be out tomorrow now. Then I will put up a post soon with the release date for the next season. I did something I rarely ever do. I planned out the names and plots of every single episode. Usually I have that kind of mentally, but not fully. But for this season, I planned out every single individual episode to make sure everyone was worthwhile, and to make sure I would be interested in making every single one of them, and to make sure I stayed motivated. I'm going to be pre-recording them throughout the next few weeks while we proceed to release them. So I'm going to be pre-recording most of the season before I start releasing it, and I'll be releasing it every other day. Sorry if I do this a few times. My phone overheats sometimes. I just got to check how hot it gets. I got to get a new phone. One that overheats less. That's why I always have a water bottle with me on stream. Part of it is because I used to get like really bad sore throats after I did live streams because of how I was talking. So now I just always bring water and I'm fine. But I also use it because I need cold water and I rub it on my phone case so my phone doesn't overheat. So I'm going to be announcing the release date of the next Cars Adventure season soon. And, that's pretty much it. I also want to make an announcement about Multiversal Dash. I get asked about Multiversal Dash all the time. Cam Spinner's wheels are incorrect? I didn't know that. I knew about the eyelids, I didn't know about the wheels. I'm not a piston cup wheel color aficionado. I know a lot of people are really good with that. Is there any noteworthy thing I missed earlier in the stream? No, you came 13 minutes in. So, Favorite metallic release? There are so many now. I don't think I can pinpoint one specifically, but one that I always really stood out to me, Pixar Fest Mater, is a personal favorite of mine. I know that one is weird, but that's one of my favorite looking cars. I tend to prefer Thailand metallics. They do chip easier, but the metallic paint's a lot more shiny. I do think, though, that they match the original color a bit less likely. Like, I feel like they miss the original color more often. Then again, Metallic the King from China is a really dark blue, and Metallic Cow is a bit of a lighter, more accurate color. I remember being blown away by, of all things, Metallic Nick stickers. Being really impressed by the color scheme on him. When people ask me for my favorite metallic, that's actually one of the ones that often comes to my mind. I think Metallic Fabulous McQueen has become kind of underrated. I feel like he's kind of gone under the radar, become kind of forgotten. Just the fact that we have that as a diecast alone is really cool. Metallic Transforming McQueen was very impressive, and I hope to someday see more metallic cars like him, where they make more than one color metallic. The fact that it had to be a Super Chase was a little disappointing. It was almost like them saying, "Hi, we went out of our way to make 2 colors metallic, but you can't have it." Maybe it's just too expensive to do more than one metallic color, but I think a car is like Metallic Bobby Swift, who I really like, but there's so much orange on him, and only the purple is metallic. I think it'd be really nice if they did more double color metallic cars. I don't... Will you ever adapt Ty's Cars 4 into Cars Adventures? That's a really good question. I've never thought of that, actually. I've obviously adapted elements of Ty's Cars 4 into it, with the Road Dents and Kara Crashwell more recently. I don't plan on adapting the full movie into Cars Adventures, because I think that's just redundant. Metallic Snot Rod was pretty solid. I'm actually really not a fan of Metallic Snot Rod, just because I feel like the orange is too different from his original orange. Then again, it seems like they just can't get light colors correct on metallics. I mentioned Metallic the King earlier, who's a very dark blue. Again, Metallic Cow is much lighter. You look at all the Metallic McQueens, they're always much darker. And same with Snot Rod, it's pretty much the same case. I just don't think he looks as good in that kind of darker orange. Also, mine got chipped while filming Cars Adventures, and I worked it into the story, so while filming he got kind of chipped. Then I just worked it into the episode that he'd been damaged. Ty's Cars 4 in the scene where Lightning meets Tombay, it's spelled E-R. How'd you do the Bugs Life poster? So, the Bugs Life poster, there's a Bugs Life poster in there? I thought it was just the Incredibles poster. Let me go back to that scene. The Bugs Life poster is in the background of Cars 2 in Paris. I didn't make that. Let me just double check that scene. There are a lot of Easter eggs when they go to Tombay. Yeah, I don't think there was the Bugs Life poster. There's just the Incredibles poster, which is also in Paris in the movie. I love Metallica. I was McQueen until my sister took him out to play. Found him with the sides scratched off completely. Haven't forgiven her for that. Wow. That's what you meant. Okay, yeah, it's the Incredibles poster. It's in the background of Cars 2 in Paris. I didn't make that. What's your favorite metallic mini, not Ivy? I don't think I would have counted Ivy, because Ivy's not like a special metallic variant. I think they've done too many metallic minis for me to keep track of which one would be my favorite. I really love their gold Cruisin' McQueen, if you want to count that. I haven't gotten him. I want to buy that pack. He's probably my favorite. Favorite music genre? I don't really know. You know, there was a point where I was like 5 when I started telling my family I was a big heavy metal fan. I'm not. Unless you're talking about Heavy Metal Mater, that band goes hard. One of these days I want to buy a Heavy Metal Mater poster. I've wanted last year I cleared out my closet and put a bunch of my cars in there. And I've wanted to put a poster in there. And I haven't figured out what it should be. I'm just waiting for a movie I really like to come out so I could put the poster in there. Maybe like when Deadpool comes out or something, I'll buy the poster. But since I store so many cars in there, I think I should buy a Heavy Metal Mater poster and like frame it and put it in there. Everybody out here asking where's Multiversal Dash, but never how's Multiversal Dash. Yeah, you know, you're right. And Multiversal Dash isn't okay. Thank you for asking. Multiversal Dash is not going well. And I want to make a statement regarding that, but I don't want to let people down. It's not. Why is Multiversal Dash? It's really, I'm not. I'm really not as passionate about it as I once was, and the idea for it came out of the need to make a new movie on the channel. It really came out of this feeling that there was a need to make a new movie instead of a want. Yeah, that Multiversal Dash is waiting for Marvel to stop with the multiverse stuff. Marvel, the MCU's terrible handling of multiverse stuff and just how mainstream it's gotten has made me completely burnt out of it as like a genre or concept, and that's genuinely one of the main reasons why I'm no longer interested in doing it. I feel like it's so overdone and I'm so sick of it that I don't want to contribute. Which is a shame because it's a genre and concept that I really like, but I don't want to. It used to be unique. It's not anymore. Worst Cars character. Anybody in Planes. Do they not count? Johnny and Jamie. The two little annoying fans that spit off the side of the Piston Cup Stadium. Those two should be in jail. Johnny and Jamie are the type of people to, like, pickpocket. I don't know. Johnny and Jamie are up to no good. They're starting spinning off stadiums at a young age, and that's like a gateway drug. Up next, they're gonna be committing like grand larceny. This is just to bring old actors back for nostalgia. It's not just that. There is deeper. It goes beyond that. But that's. Thought you'd say Jodan Jackson. Well, see, Jodan Jackson hasn't committed any offenses. Johnny and Jamie, on the other hand, like, they just seem like annoying people. I want to read their description. When Johnny and Jamie were young, they spent most of their time goofing off at the race, rather than watching it. They've matured a lot since then, and now know that it's silly to waste time playing pranks and getting into trouble. That's why they now show up early to play pranks and get into trouble. Yeah, these guys suck. They're such minor characters. The fact that they have merchandise and names. I remember having no clue where they were when I read their entry in Meet the Cars as a kid. I remember being so confused. Like, who are these? What's coming out of their mouths? They're Johnny and Jamie, and they're drooling off a balcony. Classic. Johnny and Jamie feel like people I would have gone to high school with. I mean, Johnny and Jamie spitting on other cards at the race of the century speaks to levels. They seem like the type of people I would have gone to high school with. And I would have hated them. They would have been the worst. In case you were wondering. Best voice for Venom. You're hitting me with the hard questions. I don't know. I don't really think there's been a bad voice for Venom. From what I am familiar with, I'd say every Venom I've heard fits the version of the character. I think the one in Spider-Man 2, the video game, is probably the best I've heard. It doesn't really stand out. Tom Hardy's Venom voice is very much has a different cadence to it, which is more comedic, which fits those movies better. That's why I feel like there's really not a. I don't think there's a bad Venom. Other than Topher Grace, obviously. I don't even remember Venom speaking in Spider-Man 3. I don't remember. Yeah, Tony Todd. Yeah, I forgot his name. Thank you. Yeah, no, he was good. Speaking of Venom, do you believe the plot they were going for in the third movie? Which one? The leak from like a year ago? Is there a newer plot leak? So there was this Venom 3 plot leak a while back that they scrapped, and then they released what that plot was. Where Venom, after seeing Spider-Man on the TV at the end of Venom 2, tracks down Peter Parker in his universe, only to find out that he's a child there. And he has to, like, mentor him and try to stop Venom from eating him. And that got ditched. I don't know. It's called The Last Dance area. Let's see, what is the plot? I don't believe we have a plot synopsis. Chiwetel Ejiofor is playing the villain, we know that, and I can only assume and hope that he's playing Null. That's been my theory for a while. Null is the alien god that created the symbiote species. who debuted in 2018 in the comics, the year that Venom came out, the movie. So I think he's a pretty good option.
Eddie, we gotta eat this guy before the radioactive spider beats us to it.
Is it better to animate a car show or to do it with hands? I mean, I prefer just moving them with my hands. Stop motion takes so long. But to each their own. I think it depends on what you're trying to do. I think for Cars Adventures, like puppeteering the cars works a lot better for the style of the show. It's much more like fast paced and comedic. I think stop motion has its benefits and can also be used for comedic things, but I think the way I handle it works for Cars Adventures. Stop motion is much more professional, I'll give you that. What 2024 Cars diecast are you most looking forward to? The poster coming out really bummed me out. I didn't really get into it here, but the 2024 poster made me so disappointed. It really did. I was really bummed out. I remember being so upset that day. And I know that sounds stupid, but I was so excited for 2024's Cars diecast line, more so than I'd been for years, honestly. And I was so bummed out to see the poster drop in February and all these things. It really just killed the hype for me. I'm so sick of on the road stuff, and the GRC stuff is cool, but I would have preferred new releases from the movies. The thing with 2024, though, is that all of the new releases are really good. And that's what makes it such an interesting year to me. I don't like a lot of the choices being made, but I can't pinpoint a single release I don't like. That's the hard part. That's what makes it a very mixed bag for me. All the new releases I think are really, really great. I just don't like the choices being made. So there's a lot I am quite looking forward to. Beyond the GRC stuff, which to me, my interest in it's already kind of run its course, honestly. But it's very cool to be, partially because we know every single release coming out. Like I said, the poster really killed my hype. But there are a lot of good things coming out this year. I can't really pinpoint any from memory. The movie prop 2-pack I really liked. I don't like how the movie prop ended up looking. It's a little too chrome, in my opinion. But I think I was just hoping for it to be closer to Mama UFO. Wanting to do stop motion, but it's way too time consuming for me. I'd like to do stop motions again on the channel. I just don't really know what I'd do. I feel like stop motions aren't really my style. It's something I'd like to do more, but I don't really think it meshes with what I do. Like, what am I supposed to do in a stop motion? I'm not sure. If I want to do a comedic skit, I would rather puppeteer the characters. I'd rather move them around with my hands, because I think my like I said earlier, I think my comedic timing works better when I can move the cars around and do whatever. That way they could just go with whatever I'm saying, and I don't have to be concerned about lining up dialogue and stop motion. If I did stop motion, I probably wouldn't have dialogue in it. Thoughts on Dread 2012? I have not seen it. Sorry, I know you asked that earlier. Not familiar. Sorry. know of it, but haven't. So sorry. let me look at the 2024 poster again. Kind of refresh my memory. I want to do a tier list of every 2024 Cars diecast. I should do that soon. Yeah, like I said, it's a good year, but I don't like the choices being made. Celebrity Crush, I'll pass on that one, thank you. Yeah, I've done a lot of Lego stop motion. I used to do it a lot when I was a kid. I don't anymore. Actually, my senior film project in high school was a Lego stop motion. You see the new 155 scale mini racer pack with Jocko Flacco Mac? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll pick it up. I don't know. I'm not in a rush to get it. I have everything that isn't Mac. And there are a few cars I could use for customs really well, like Lizzie and a Fillmore and stuff. The Shu Todoroki 15 pack from a year and a half ago now is just rotting away on my targets to this day. It's just rotting away. Nobody is buying them. No one's buying them at all. So I think the Mac pack, I could wait. I'm not in a rush to get it. Why do they still use the DJ 2006 image? I don't know. I don't get it. Yeah, even on the 2024 poster, it's still. I don't understand how they use everything. Everybody except DJ has better renders. I try to do voice impressions in my videos. I like halfway do it. I think if I tried, I could do more accurate character impressions, but I don't purely because I want to do voices that I can consistently do. I have some impressions that I do that are pretty good, but they're not of Cars characters. They need to keep that blue stripe alive. The blue stripe will never leave. How much you guys want to bet that 2024 DJ with Flames is going to have the blue stripe somehow? Favorite TT games, Lego game? The one I've had the most fun with is Lego Batman 3, which I've heard gets a bad rep, but Lego Batman 3 got me into DC and superhero media in general, so it holds a special place in my heart. Have you seen The Big Bang Theory? About 10 years ago, my dad went through a phase where he started watching it for like 2 weeks. So I watched some of it then. That's kind of it. Want to bet $50 for DJ? Is he out yet? I'm willing to place that bet if DJ with Flames isn't out already. I think he might be. I think Outlaws looks pretty interesting. I don't know, I think it looks pretty cool. I'll have to see how it turns out. I think it looked pretty good. Opinions on Cletus, Mater's cousin. All of Mater's cousins are the same to me, I'm sorry. Other than Tommy Joe, that guy's the best. What started Tommy Joe being a joke on the channel? I have to buy DJ with flames this year because my original one is missing the flames in the entire exhaust. Yikes. So nobody can tell that your DJ with flames was once DJ with flames. Least favorite movie? That's a good question. I've seen some bad ones in my day. I had to watch a really bad movie from the 70s in my creative writing class this week. We're doing a unit on adaptations where we had to read some short stories and watch movies based on them. Favorite Lego game? I already answered that a few minutes ago, sorry if you missed that. It was this awful 70s movie about, like, these two old women, and one of them is psychic, and there's this couple, and their daughter is dead, and the psychic old women say that they see her with them, so the husband thinks the wife's gone insane, because now the wife is content, because she thinks the daughter is still with them. Oh, I never watched Blood and Honey. I don't care enough to. So, Lego Batman 3, I've heard gets a bad rep, but I said that's probably the one I've had the most fun with. That was the first of, like, the modern style Lego games I played with, like, big open maps and the character tokens. If you ignore the Green Lantern planets, which suck, that's my favorite. I got it in the early summer of 2015 and drowned my life away in that game for months, and that's what got me into Batman and into superhero media in general. So apparently it doesn't have the best reputation, but I love it. It holds a very special place in my heart. What's it called that I don't want to share the horrors to my audience. It was really bad though. Spoiler alert. At the end of the movie, the main guy follows some person that he thinks is his daughter, but it turns out to be some old woman who's a serial killer who stabs him in the neck and he dies. And then at the very end it turns out that he was like a psychic the entire time and was seeing visions of the future. I didn't pick up on that until after it was over, and I was so confused. I need to watch a good movie to, like, drown out that one. I keep a rating list of every movie I see, and that's got a solid 2 out of 10 on it. I think I may have bumped it down to a 1. That's genuinely one of the worst things I've ever watched. Sounds like a really funny movie. It was so boring! And we shut it off, and my teacher goes, "What'd you guys think, other than it was slow and it was boring?" And I'm out here like, if you knew it was slow and boring, why did you make me sit through it for 2 hours of my 2.5-hour class? Dad, do you have any DC action figures? I do. They're in my closet. I have the whole wave they did for the Suicide Squad, and then I have a Robert Pattinson Batman. Their quality's subpar, the McFarlane DC figures, I think. But they're good enough display pieces. I want to get the Bane they did from the Dark Knight trilogy. I meant to pick that up soon. I forgot about him. He was a Build-A-Figure, but now he's out as a single with his snazzy fur coat. No, so I'm way behind on Ninjago. I never made time to watch the first season of Dragon's Rising, and I really should because I've heard it's very, very good. Any suggestions for shelves? I wish I could give you some. I really do. My shelves are homemade. So my grandfather's a carpenter, and he helped me make my shelves. So unfortunately, I can't give advice on the right shelves to use because I made mine. Finish any new Batcar customs? No, but I do want to bring the show back soon. You have a bad teacher when they make you watch a boring movie. No, he's not bad. He just like, I don't really. I don't know. I don't really. I get what he sees in it, but I didn't like it. I'll be right back. I gotta cool down my phone real quick. Ty's phone, try not to overheat challenge impossible. Ty, have you made a custom Apple Racer? I don't. My one rule for making customs is that I don't make customs that are in the movies, because there's a chance Mattel could make them at any time and my custom would become null and void. My one exception is a JP Drive that I made back in 2018, and it's not super movie accurate, but I just made it to look good on my shelf. So he looks good enough from the front, and I never use him in anything. I've snuck him in the background of Cars Adventures and a couple. I think he's probably in Ty's Cars 4 somewhere. I haven't updated him since 2018, and again, I just made him to sit on my shelf so I could have a JP Drive. He's not that accurate. He's accurate enough. He's not that good. Found a fishtail that was covered with marker at a thrift store today. Still got it because I needed him. Taking a while to clean, but it's worth it. When was the last time Fishtail was out? His mini racer is almost always out. Whenever they do a Demolition Derby 3-pack, they almost always choose him. Oh wow, Fishtail has not been out since 2018. Or an Amazon multi-pack at in early 2019. Wow. It's been a while. Yeah, I was just thinking, we've never seen a Fishtail diecast with artwork. I know he does have artwork. I don't remember where it came from, but I'm almost positive artwork for Fishtail is out there. Yeah, it is. I don't remember where it came from, though. Maybe did Tomica make him? In your Ty One Said video, are you adding comments or without comments? I'm going to put the comments on screen. Yeah, just to credit whoever commented. Thoughts on the trailer for the Joker sequel? I'm very excited for that. It looks very interesting. Looks very good. I've been following it since day one. But of course, I'd say that I made bad die casts, so of course I'm interested. Yeah, no, I'm very, very interested in seeing that. Thoughts on the Clone Wars movie? I don't remember it, and it's not very good. And Jabba the Hutt has a son, and I don't want to talk about it or think about it. Why have we never seen Jabba the Hutt's son again? That's something I've wondered this many times in my life. They never brought Jabba's son back. I genuinely don't want to know what happened to him, but I'm surprised that in like the Boba Fett show, when those two Hutts that were like Jabba's cousins the entire time roll up, And his son doesn't. The son, who I assume would be an adult by then. I don't care. It's Rada the Hutt. Yes, Jabba has a son. We don't know who the mother is or if there's a mother, but I don't want to look into how Hutts reproduce. Thank you. Bye, Kevin. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, no, we we have not seen Rada in years. And it's probably better that way. Thoughts on New Mutants? The movie I never saw. And I've heard it's very bad. I read a really good run of New Mutants comics that came out in 2019. They were really funny. Um, One thing I loved that they did, so they're all narrated by Sunspot, and I stopped reading because he left the series and I was so disappointed. Uh, but it was really really funny, and there's a scene where they have their big final battle and don't feel like narrating it. So they dedicated an entire page to the comic to like a dice rolling game for you to do, and they put out the whole rules of this game for you to roll dice and decide who won the fight. I thought that was so funny. I think it's super underrated. Welcome, World of Cars and Entertainment. Love to see more Cars Adventures rewatch podcasts. Me too. Is my phone overheating yet? No, Rada, you spelt right. Yeah, Rada the Hutt was only in the Clone Wars movie where he gets kidnapped, and it's a whole thing, and we haven't seen him since. They rescue him, but we have no clue where he went or what he's up to post Jabba's death. I just went to his wiki page, and he has like a paragraph only, which is really uncommon for the Star Wars wiki. Yeah, he appeared in one episode of Clone Wars. He appeared in a comic recently. Wow, wait, hold up. He appeared in Hyperspace Stories 6, which released in July of 2023, and a story very early on in his life. So that doesn't help. I just want to know what happened to Rada later. I just realized the live stream was paused 3 minutes. Okay, you scared me there. You made me think I was overheating. Yeah, Rada was in one episode. He's in Sphere of Influence, which is yeah, he's in an episode in season 3. That's the really weird episode with like the guy based on the George Lucas cameo, and Greedo's there and stuff. That's a weird episode, but he's by Jabba's side in that episode. I distinctly remember that. Punisher Warzone, I watched like 5 seconds of when it was on TV, and it was awful. On a side note, I hear his father was a good human. You're a wonderful human being, Jabba. Have you read Crisis on Infinite Earths? I have not. I'm a bad DC fan. I'm a bad DC fan, I'm sorry. I haven't read much DC stuff, actually. Apparently, a Pizza Man truck isn't every on the road episode. Found a close resemblance to Road Rumblers, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I read that, and then I mentioned that in the third iceberg video, and I was hoping more people would look because we've only like guaranteed he's in like 4 of them, and we just haven't found him, and nobody's looking because I feel like nobody knows. Most people are content knowing he's in 3 episodes. We've actually found him in a 4th. He's somewhere in the circus episode. He's in Showtime. But yeah, according to one of the people on the team, not entirely sure. I'm gonna check the Cars wiki. We're gonna see. So I know Todd is allegedly in every episode. Cars on the Road. And Cars on the Road, Todd appears in all 9 episodes. Okay. Okay, guys, we've got a very special occasion right now. I know we're an hour into the live stream, but I've just gotten a message from Aaron, World of Cars Entertainment, asking if he could join me on call for the back half of this live stream. So, if you don't mind me, I'm gonna go edit the title of the stream because he will be joining us shortly. Aaron, I'm sorry, you've now been added. So he'll be joining us in a few minutes. Alright, anyway, back to what I was saying. Allegedly, Todd the Pizza Planet truck is in every single episode. I know him in B-Movie and Trucks and Salt Fever. The Cars Wiki spots him in Showtime. But we haven't found him in any other episode. And allegedly he's in all 9. Oh boy, the pressure. Allegedly he's in all 9. That would be a good video. I should get on that and just be like, I'm gonna find... I can only do it if I do like a Mr. Beast editing. I found every Todd Pizza Planet truck, starting with episode 1. Just imagine we have the obnoxiously large subtitles below me while I'm doing that. Where would he be in Dino Park? In Showtime, he's snuck way into the background at the very end in the audience when we see Ivy doing a stunt performance. Now, this was said, Todd being in every episode was said by Mark Sonheimer, not to be confused with Mark Sontimer, the character from Cars on the Road, whose name is shockingly similar to the real guy, for the record. I'll send Hunter to find him. Yeah, can we get him on that, please? Where would he be in Trucks? Trucks is the easiest one. That one was actually in the trailer. He's just in the musical number at one point. I'm gonna do some digging right now. We're gonna do some deep diving, guys, and we're gonna see. I'm just gonna scroll through Dino Park because nobody's spotted him. Maybe someone out there has. I don't know. But it's weird. I feel like it's... I feel like it's just not correct. Because I feel like we would have seen him by now. Maybe he's on TV screen at Dino Park. I'm scanning through the background. Hold on a second. Welcome. We're violently searching cars on the road for Todd right now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay.
Welcome.
By the way, I am totally in the car driving.
Okay.
I got off work and I live like 30 minutes away, so yeah.
So we have live right now a car on the road, you're telling me.
Yes, and if I die in a car wreck, it'll be live.
Amazing. Then my video will have to be removed from YouTube, unfortunately. I'll end up in some police evidence case, it'll be wild.
Oh man. Hey, it can't be worse than Physica Productions. I don't know if you know about all that, but
Oh yikes. What? Don't tell me he was in a car accident.
oh no. It was this Fireball Beach movie. It got like made for kids, and then it got changed to made for 18 plus only. And then it got changed to both.
Great. Yeah, I assume he set it to I assume he set it manually to 18 plus, because you got to do that manually. I assume he tried to do that to prevent it from being marked for kids again. That's amazing, to mark it as for kids and 18 plus only. That goes pretty hard. I had a video blocked the other day on my other channel, which is a Muppet channel, and I got it blocked internationally for footage from Egyptian Sesame Street, which is just American Sesame Street but dubbed over. And I used the footage from American Sesame Street, but I got it blocked. and I submitted a claim, and it went back to normal 4 hours later, so. Okay, I want to show you where I found Todd and Road Rumblers. Okay, can you give me a time code, and we'll see if we could find him.
Just getting dinner.
Great.
I was hoping to join the call after I got it, but there was a long line.
It's like I had a guy eat a sandwich on stream once, so. Somebody claims they know where Todd is in Road Rumblers, so somebody on the staff said.
Oh, I know where he is.
Okay. I'm waiting.
I know where he is.
All right, they're gonna send me the time code, which is good.
It's the scene. I believe it's the scene. I'm trying to remember. I believe.
Oh, that's the audio from Road Rumbler. Yikes.
Wait, what?
I just started playing the episode by accident.
Oh, okay. I believe McQueen is like looking off into the distance. I think it's like towards the end of the episode.
Oh,
and you can like see like the highway in the distance, and you can see like Todd driving by.
Let's see.
That's it.
All right, I'm at this end. Like when he's at the gas station at the end.
No,
No! When they're gonna escape.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
I believe it's gas station. It's been a while
Okay.
since I've seen on the road. Yes, somehow I know this.
I see. There's a white hauler there. I think that's it.
I believe Todd was seen there.
Let's see.
I could be wrong now. I know where he is in B movie.
Yeah, B movie's the one that everybody. B movie, Salt Fever, and Trucks are the ones everyone knows, and then the wiki, the wiki.
The others? I had no idea.
Yeah.
The others.
The wiki cites his appearance in Showtime. Yeah, no, there's only a white truck there when McQueen's looking out the highway.
Great, now I sound stupid.
Let's see what they're saying. On.
I feel like he was. I'm actually trying to remember now.
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe Todd being there was cut late in production.
Maybe.
Okay, let's see.
Because you said it was in all 9 episodes.
So I found the source for that. It's from a Disney. Be on the lookout for Easter eggs. It's from a Disney news blog, that was posted after On the Road came out. So let's see. Every Pixar project has a few Easter eggs. Cars on the Road is no exception. Producer Mark Sonheimer reveals that the Pizza Planet truck can be spotted throughout in the entire series in every episode.
Huh.
And then they just talk about how the credits are different every time. That's not an Easter egg, but that is true.
You don't think the Pizza Planet truck is like in the credits?
I was thinking that. I think Pixar's gotten really creative with the Pizza Planet truck recently.
Oh yeah.
Like I think Toy Story 4 it was just some guy's tattoo or something.
Yeah, and I know this is what I was thinking about Dino Park, but like I don't know if this is true or not. Or I don't know if this is where he appeared in Dino Park, but I do remember the Good Dinosaur. The Pizza Planet truck was like an asteroid.
133 top left. Okay. Is what I was sent. I don't think he's there, but let's see. Yeah, so I feel like some of the Todds may be like fake Todds in On the Road.
Yeah.
Like pseudo Todds, like in Luca he's a moped.
An Ape or
Yeah.
something like that, yeah.
He's something like that.
The Sal
not
model
him.
from Cars 2.
Yeah, I don't. I think that
this is our first time talking, but yeah, we're talking like we've talked before.
right. Yeah, I don't see him. I don't.
Let me pull up the comments.
Next frame, I think. Okay. You want me to go to? We're gonna go frame by frame now.
I can't see. I don't know. I don't have the ability to see it.
20 things you missed in Cars on the Road. Okay.
I'm trying to think of some Easter eggs that I know about for sure. It's been a while since I've watched On the Road.
Yeah, me too.
It's
I
been a
don't.
good minute.
Yeah, no, I don't see Todd.
I know.
Next
I mean,
shot.
this is. I was about to say a theory but like I think I'm fairly certain 99% of people know about this one. It's the UFO.
Yeah, that's getting a diecast now.
Yeah. Which that's probably my. I don't know if this is a hot take, but that's probably my favorite diecast of 2024.
Yeah, no, it's up there for me. You know what would have been amazing? If they snuck Todd into Road Rumblers and replaced the rocket with a rocket launcher.
That would be so.
That would have been
funny.
so good.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, I don't see him in here. What a shame.
Definitely want to check for that one.
I don't know where he'd be in Getting Hitched. Cruz was actually him the entire time. Little known fact.
I'm like trying to think. I feel like we would see him.
Yeah, we would have known. We would have known already, is what I'm thinking.
Like, all the cars in the audience are like from silver, white, and black, and he would stand out like a sore thumb.
I just imagine they completely ran out of ideas for Todd. They just completely ran out.
Yeah.
And so like he's in a tree and Getting Hitched. He's just in the credits in one episode and nobody caught it.
Great, now I kind of want to go back. This is like Incredibles situation all over again, where people like say he's in Incredibles, and like I think he is, but it's like a yellow blur.
Right. Yeah,
Say
I've always been told that he's just not in The Incredibles.
Yeah, I also thought that too. I remember. I mean, one time I saw a video and I don't know.
I mean, this would be a good video concept if I cared enough to scrub through every frame of Cars on the Road.
Yeah.
I could be the guy that found Todd, but I could also be the guy who didn't bother. The guy who didn't waste his time. Yeah, I don't know. Considering the fact that this was stated in an interview after the show came out, I doubt it's something that was changed late in the game.
Yeah.
It would be such a power move if the producer of the show said Todd's in every episode and he wasn't. That would be so funny. He sends everybody searching for Todd for years.
One thing that really sucks about On the Road is that we're never gonna get like concept images or like deleted scenes. Like, okay, that's wrong. We got some concept images, but like deleted scenes or like. Oh,
Yeah.
one second.
It's right after the scene you showed when McQueen and Mater are coming towards the camera, top left. Okay. We'll see. Right after. Oh, I think I know who you're thinking about. There's a car in the background with a gun on their head. That's the Bill Revs model. That's not Todd. They're in a circle with a van and a pickup truck. So no. 0 out of 10, no Todd.
Okay. I got my food and I will now not have to mute for a good 35 minutes.
Mukbang, mukbang.
I mean, I'm driving on a highway for like 30 minutes of it, so.
So, yeah, I feel like we haven't found Todd in the other half of episodes, and I feel like there are such creative cameos they could have done, but we would have known. Like, if they could have made him a ghost in Lights Out, they could have made him given him a gun in Road Rumblers.
Heck, I mean, I am not a huge fan of that Ivy flashback scene, but they could have made him one of those cars that Ivy crushed.
Yeah, I mean, she already did kill Hit and Run, so.
I know people don't like the reuse of animation characters. Those, they don't really bother me, but the Ivy flashback one bothers me the most.
Yeah. No, that one, I don't really care, just from, like, to understand it from a budget perspective.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Like,
Shows have to reuse models, but when it was the Demolition Derby cars, it got on my nerves because I recognized them too much, and then there's a whole debate of, oh, is it actually them in the Ivy flashback? And I like to think that flashback happened at Thunder Hollow, and that kind of clears things up for me, but...
Yeah. Oh, there was... But, like, the car... Yeah, I was gonna say the Cars tunes, I mean, they have it, too. I know Tokyo Raider had a lot of, like, Kabuto, but I just like to think that they just borrowed him from Cars 2, because, like, he was done.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard that a lot of stuff in Tokyo Mater was pulled from Cars 2.
Yeah, because, because Cars 2 was in the works in, like, 2007,
Yeah.
2008, and, like, the Cars Tune shorts came out in, like, 2008, so, like, I just like to think that, because, like, there's, like, multiple characters from, the Cars tunes that, like, are in Cars 2, it's just that, because Cars tune was, like, way cheaper to make.
Yeah, but the weird thing is that they do have different art styles, because they go for, like, the more anime eyes for a lot of the background characters.
That is true.
But
like, Padre, I think that's his name?
Yeah.
Matador is in Cars 2. I'm trying to remember the other shorts. Oh, yeah, like the, Unidentified Flying Mater, like those army cars. Right?
yeah, they're Sarge's, like, military buddies.
I don't think there's any from Monster Truck Mater, to my knowledge.
No, not that I could think of, unless the Rastakarian was there the whole time and we missed him. Which would be amazing.
It's like the base character model without, like, without the big
yeah, it's not
tires.
like... It's not like we see, like, the referee pity or something. Then there's... I don't know, I mean... The thing is, a lot of Cars Tune extras use that more exaggerated background character style that's in the first movie. And Cars 2 kind of drops that.
I think it's because, like, Cars 2, I don't know, maybe because they were just able to be more wacky with Cars 2. Because, like, something about the animation is that if you go back and look at Mater the Greater and look at the cars in the stands, like, in the far background...
Their shapes are so weird.
There's some uncanny valley.
The further back you go, the weirder shapes you get. And that's what I really liked with the recent Cars 1 extras we've gotten as diecasts, are ones that were so obviously not meant to be made in merchandise. Like Keith Cone, I love. And he's such a weird minivan shape. He's so exaggerated, I feel. And then the two camera cars from 2021 are like these more kind of wacky shapes. And I just feel like that nobody ever thought they would be made in merchandise.
I think it's more so the fact that Cars is like getting so old, and they have to make. I don't know if they like have the files anymore for like those designs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird.
There's a lot of potential out there for Cars 1 background characters that are weird shapes.
I mean, heck, there's still a lot of characters they can do that aren't even background characters. Like,
If only they remembered that they made Cars movies and not just a TV show that barely anybody remembers. What?
Is it sad that I'm more excited for the GRC cars than like on the road characters like Margaret?
I just think the on the road. I just think having only on the road stuff has lasted way too long.
Oh yeah. Well, this is.
It's outstayed its welcome.
It's not 100% on the road's fault. It's because like I like to count and see how many cars they do per year.
Yeah.
Like I have a whole list of like minus like variations. Like I mean a solely new car.
Yeah.
I like to just keep track, and I have a whole list just from 2006 to now. I added up how many on the road cars we've gotten, like even all of 2024 drifting by the poster.
Yeah.
And I think Cars 3 from 2017 alone still has more.
Yikes. Well,
I think the problem is that like with Cars 3 they were able to do like I think it's like 70 cars.
Yeah.
In like less than a whole year.
Yeah, exactly. That's I think that's the problem people don't really realize with On the Road. That I've only ever heard one person really say that to me. It's like the problem was when On the Road came out, we had 12 cars from it, and that was kind of it. And so
Yeah.
while I preferred that we got a merged mainline with On the Road and also movie stuff.
Oh yeah, me too.
But in hindsight, if I could go back, like understanding that we'd still be getting nothing but On the Road stuff 2 years after it came out, I kind of wish we got like an On the Road only mainline for a year and then just like slow down. But
Yeah. I
my
think something else that didn't help was that it came out in like September.
yeah, and that's when the diecast line ends every year.
Maybe a more push for maybe like a half year kind of mainline only.
Yeah. And like 2022 didn't have many new releases early on, and I always assumed that was like a pandemic issue. That was like a shipping delay issue. They knew they wouldn't show up. But also I think part of that was them conserving the budget for On the Road. So if you look at 2022's new releases and then you look at 2023, like there's no way they didn't go like almost over budget with like Road Rumbler McQueen and Peggy Liner and stuff.
True. Yeah, true.
I don't know. I mean,
I think another thing that is a huge, big oof factor to On the Road diecasts is I know they've been able to do workarounds, but the removal of deluxes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's like the elephant in the room.
They've been able to do workarounds, which I will have to applaud them for.
I can't complain if I'm getting a bigger car for cheaper. That's been my stance on it.
But I feel like they're not taking advantage of the multi-pack system.
No, they're not.
The Peggy Liner pack is great, and the biplane pack and the Ivy pack were all amazing deluxes. But then you realize that they did that within the first 5 months of the show.
Yeah, but like, give me Captain Longleggy. That's all I ask.
Can we get a diecast version of Soft Flat Mater?
Yeah. What I was saying before the deluxe line was canceled, I remember saying in a video, I think at this point with the size of some of the On the Road characters, they need a new size class. They need like a $10 size class for these guys that are too big, like the next gen diesel truck and Captain Longleggy and the Wraith Rod, and then they just canceled the deluxes a month after I say that.
Oh yeah.
I think in this day and age the Cars line would benefit from having that more expensive size class. If not, honestly, like I feel like they could just be doing online exclusive stuff, like a la Barry Diesel would be a really good way to get Captain Longleggy out there. He's not fitting in a 10-pack. Like, he would be the 10-pack. Thank you for joining us, Jordan. Yeah, no, he's just... I did a video back when On the Road came out where I did my top 5 most wanted cars from every episode. And somebody did the math, plus your Rama, if you're here, did the math for me, and 35 of those have come out so far. And I want to do a video just, like, reflecting on that. Most of the ones that are missing are just ones that I really liked that were super obscure background characters. Shout out the spider car from Me Movie.
Oh, that'd be such a cool one.
Another one that I think would benefit from a larger size class. I want the... I'm sick of the clowns, but I really want the Stilt Walker one. I think you could...
Ooh, that'd be cool.
I think you could fit that as a single.
I want the one with the broom and the sad face.
Yeah, no, where is he? He's on the poster.
Yeah, he's on the... It's kind of funny when you think about how there's so many characters that were, like, really pushed in marketing, like, in, like, posters and, like, trailer stuff. Like, the Speed, whatchamacallit, Mater.
Yeah.
Like, he was literally the first thing we ever saw of the show.
And it made me terrified. And then the show was fine. I think that's one of the main issues with the On the Road diecast line is they prioritized obscure characters too quickly, if that makes sense. We got Mark Sontimer before we got Cave Mater. Like, I think if you look at the launch of Cars 3, I'm going to use Cars 3 because I think, honestly, if you look at Cars 2 versus Cars 3, I think Cars 3 probably had a better initial launch in terms of the character selection.
Yes.
I mean, Cars...
Legends 3, but yeah.
I mean, Cars 3... My main problem with Cars 3 is that they made too much. I think we shouldn't have gotten all the Thunder Hollow cars in 1 year. But if you look at the Cars 3 line...
And all the stock cars in 2
Yeah, in 2. Because I hear nobody... I did a whole video on this, too, a while back. Nobody ever talks about the Demolition Derby cars anymore. I haven't reviewed Demolition Derby cars since I first got them in 2017. I never get, like, birthday requests from people for Demolition Derby cars. And when I review them, nobody... They always underperform. And I did a whole video called, like... I don't remember what it was called, but it was regarding killing the hype for the Demolition Derby cars. But if you look at the Cars 3 lineup, we got significant characters, we got significant background characters in the form of Piston Cup racers and rescue workers. Then you look at On the Road, and they immediately jump to cars that I think would be, like, releases we should get 2 or 3 years out. Cars 2's lineup had a lot of obscure characters at the start. You had, like, Bindo, and I still can't tell you where he is.
Cars all over the place. Like, yeah, you got, like, Finn, Polly, you know. And then you got, like, the entire royal family.
Yeah. Here's, like, Becky Whelan.
Nice.
Becky Whelan, these characters where Sir Harley Gassop, I don't know you. Well, I know, he's in front of the Queen. But still, like, they released some really obscure cars early on. I feel like the obscurity of Cars 2 characters we've gotten have at some points not even reached the levels of Bindo or Becky Whelan. These cars that were there at launch.
Mattel has just kind of, you know, forgot Cars 2 exists, minus Wilbur Free and Finn and Holly.
And Radiator Springs cars, apparently.
Oh yeah, Radiator Springs.
The thing is, like, I'm perpetually disappointed. I mean, this year, complain all you want that there are 5 Cars 2 releases total, and trust me, I have. But the fact that we're getting 8 new World Grand Prix racer variants proves to me that they care enough.
Well, yes, but here is my... I don't know if this is a hot take. I think other people agree with me, but
yeah.
One thing I really hate about post Cars 3 Mattel, like, diecast line is they only care about race cars. Like, yes, we're getting World Grand Prix. Like, I think it's because they saw how successful the T-Roc was compared to XRS. And
yeah.
Probably just kind of like, hey, we like World Grand Prix racers. We release them every year. See, that's our love to Cars 2.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't say they only care about racers, but I think Cars 3, this is a stupid hot take I'm going to get flame blasted for this. Cars 3 made the merchandise way too much about racers.
100%. Which
I think
that
afterwards
actually
they've done fine. I look at 2022, pre On the Road 2022. I know this is stupid, but it's genuinely one of my favorite years they've ever had. We had an even amount of releases from all 3 movies. We had these fun miscellaneous background characters, and I'm disappointed with all the On the Road stuff now because I felt like we were in such a good place, and I wish that had lasted longer.
I do agree that I'm not a huge fan of 2022 just because like we didn't really get anything good until like March or not.
April was the first new release that year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And I love the new releases we got, but like, it's kind of like that meme from Wonder Woman 2. It's
good, but it can be better. Yeah.
Like, imagine if we had a whole year of like more in that missing gap. I don't know why 2022 was. I don't know if they're just afraid things would be canceled because of On the Road, but like
I always thought it was a pandemic thing. I thought it was because in late 2021 there were all those big shipping delays. So or in late 2020, so us not getting a new car release until March or April. I thought was them being like, oh, if we make new releases, they probably won't make it to stores. Fill the first few cases with main characters.
Yeah.
But like, my fear is that we get nothing but On the Road stuff for several years, then a second season of On the Road comes out, or a different spin-off, or whatever, and then we just never get movie releases prominently again, which is irrational. But
I'm gonna say is that next year better be a nice balance.
I think at this point it has to be. I think at this point it really has to be, because I think by 2025 they'll have the market research on how well On the Road stuff is doing.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
Because to know that how far ahead these things are thought. They fully planned out the 2024 line in early 2023. You know, when the hype for On the Road was still high and the corporate Disney was probably like, yo, kids like this show, make the cars. I think it's really getting to the point where, I don't know. My hot take for 2024 is, as much as I love the GRC, I just wish it were a subline. I like that it's in the main line purely for... It'll get shipped internationally, and I know a lot of people from different parts of the world who don't get a lot of expanded universe stuff and would love to. So putting them in main cases works.
That's true.
But I feel like it's not on the same level as Racing Red or Disney 100 last year. This is straight up an expanded universe line, and I feel like it should have been a store exclusive, and it would have freed up 10 new release slots that could have been from the movies or Cars 2 re-releases.
And I also would like to think that if they were in a subline, we would have also gotten the other 4 racers.
Yeah. Well, I was.
About that.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, I kind of like the concept that, like, in canon they couldn't make it. I think that checks out and makes sense. They're not going to be able to attend everything, but
Jeff
like
Lewis, I could kind of see because I like to think they're retired.
Yeah. Jeff
retired.
is. I think.
So is McQueen, supposedly, hopefully.
Please.
He's coping that he is.
The amount of comments I've shot down over the years from people claiming he's still racing. No! I just don't want to accept that as a possibility.
I'm okay with McQueen racing in the T-Rock, you know? It's just racing buddies. You know?
Yeah. Like, I'll accept the Glow race. He did it for charity. He needed a paycheck. I don't know. I accept expanded universe stuff because it's not professionally organized Piston Cup seasons.
Yeah.
But in the case of the GRC, I was thinking maybe next year, but I think quite simply if it were an expanded universe line, that would be a viable option. But there are 2 things that make me think that we're not getting the other World Grand Prix racers. Number one is the mini racers did every single one that we're getting in 155 scale. And I had a feeling that the minis would give us the missing racers, just because it's an alternative toy line, and they didn't. They made a GRC Mater. Thanks, minis, very cool. But if we got the...
There's a rumor we're going to get
for who?
155 scale.
Yeah.
For Mater.
Maybe on a multi-pack.
Maybe.
That makes sense. That's fine.
Kind of similar to the NASCAR line, how they gave us a NASCAR cruise.
Yeah, but I think most people would rather have one of the missing racers. Like Nigel, I've been trying to collect every Nigel Gearsley for years. He's one of my favorite racers. So to not have him in the GRC felt like a personal attack. No, to not have him was a little disappointing. And Rip, we haven't seen since 2020. Get that guy back in here. So, if it were an expanded universe line, I would be confident in saying, oh, we'll probably get the other 4 racers next year. But since it's a mainline thing, I don't think we will. And, I mean, I don't know. I think one of my other...
I'm still holding out hope / coping that we might see them next year.
But I hope we only see them and nobody else. Like, I don't want re-releases of the entire rest of the cars clogging up slots in the mainline.
Yeah.
Like, fine, throw McQueen and Francesco back out there. That's fine. But
yeah, I'll be okay with McQueen. Like, that's an understandable one.
my other biggest issue is the 2-packs. There's a 2-pack of McQueen and Shu and a 2-pack of Jackson and Miguel, which, by the way, I genuinely, I don't know if this is a hot take, but I love the Jackson and Cruz are there because it means they've canonically met the World Grand Prix racers. I just want to know how Jackson and Francesco interact.
Yeah, but my friend said it would have been funnier if it was Cruz and Miguel, they're both Hispanic.
Yeah, I would have preferred Jackson and Francesco. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah.
Just for the implications alone. But it bothers me that we have these 2-packs, and those were slots you could have used. And again, I know budget's always a thing, and nowadays I always try to think, like, realistically from a corporate perspective. They only have so much money they can spend on making new releases, but I wish that these 2-packs included exclusive racers. And we could have gotten Jeff and Lewis out of the way. Or I don't mind Jeff and Lewis. I think Nigel and Rip are really the big holes in the line for me.
Is it bad that I would have rather preferred, like, Cave, McQueen, and Mater, or like the Cryptid Buster, McQueen and Mater,
Yeah, why?
Rumbler, McQueen and Mater?
The fact that McQueen and Mater from On the Road have not been in a 2-pack other than the normal variants bothers me to no end.
No, there's the towing version of Mater.
Cave McQueen and the Pit Stoposaurus, absolute iconic power couple.
Okay, so they brought that 2-pack back, but not Lisa and Louise.
Right. I mean, I was disappointed in one new release from the movies this year. I was disappointed in 5 cars from Cars 2, but it softened the blow a little when I learned we were getting 8 new World Grand Prix racers. I think where they fumbled the ball the most, I can still excuse them because On the Road is still relatively new. And a lot of this, I said this earlier in the stream before you joined, but I'm so mixed on this year because there's not a new release I don't like. I think they're all great, but I just wish they made different choices. I think the worst decision they made for this entire year is with the Cars Tune cars. They brought Cars Tunes back and are doing, in my opinion, nothing with it.
Nothing with them.
It's like, hey... Yeah, that also should have been sideline, yeah. So that's another thing where I'm happy to see them in the main line, but also, like, if they were in a sideline, we could have done more. It's another case of that, definitely. And just because making them in the main line just limits how many...
Here's my biggest complaints about this year, and it's in regards to the re-releases. I know everyone talks about the new cars, but I always also...
Oh, I hate... This year has some of the worst re-releases I've ever seen. I only need 3 re-releases for this entire year, and it's the Tuners with Flames. This is the worst year ever for me for re-releases. They suck this year.
For me, yeah, it's the Tuners with Flames, and I like to get Thailand variants.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because okay, this might be a hot take, because I know some people hate... Okay. I think some people have come around to Thailand. I remember people hated Thailand.
Yeah, no, I think people have really mellowed out to Thailand stuff. I don't hear complaints from people about it anymore, actually.
But like the Piston Cup racers, the Cars 1 Piston Cup, actually even Cars 3 Piston Cup, and I think they look better from Thailand.
I think it's case by case always for Thailand. It's always going to be case by case for me. But my big annoyance here. Here's the thing, I didn't get many Piston Cup racers as a kid. Little did I know they were only out at Kmart's. And so when I started, like, hardcore collecting cars, when Cars 3 came out. I was always buying cars over the years, but I started trying to get every new release starting in 2017 when I started my channel. And so one of my rules for collecting has always been never buy Cars 1 Piston Cup cars online, because they've been doing a good job re-releasing all of them. The fact that there are 2 left they haven't re-released after 2017 and they're not out this year bothers me to no end. I'm really not a big Piston Cup guy, but for a year where we've gotten...
Three.
Oh,
I think there's three.
Matt, I'm not counting the iCar.
No. I do believe it. Okay.
Ernie and Eugene. And people will say Ryan Shields, but he skipped the US. He was out in 2018.
Yeah, I was about to mention him, yeah. I kinda see the Thailand switch. I don't really view the Cars 3 thing. I kind of view Thailand switch because, like,
yeah,
you kind of have to think that they had to make all those cars from scratch in a way.
Yeah.
Because they probably did reuse the models, but they have to, like, cut out the I-plate parts. They had to change a few things.
And Dale Jr.,
So,
yeah, but we can't legally get Dale,
do
so.
some re-releases.
There are 10 Piston Cup cars from the first movie out this year. And none of them are... They're all ones that have been re-released already in Thailand.
Yeah. I only had to get one because I didn't start getting...
11,
I
sorry.
didn't start getting Thailand variations until, like, 2021, 2022. So, like, I missed out on the ones from 2020, which was nice, but still. This is the thing I don't like about the year, is that I know Mattel doesn't do, like, series anymore. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the mainline series, but, like, you can still tell that they have pairing to them.
Yeah, they still divide everything up by series, just not on
This
packaging.
car has so many cars this year have no pairings at all. Like, we have one racing tractor.
Yeah.
That's it, just one racing tractor.
One crew chief.
We have, one crew chief, and we don't even have
The racer.
for that crew chief.
Granted,
Nor,
said
like,
racer
the
was
guy-
out late last year, so I kind of give a pass for that. But so we have Body Shop Union Jack Ramon. Where are the cars that go with him? And I think part of it is I feel like they view it like it's one continuing line. That's how I try to view it because it's all still the same packaging style. So, the Taco Mint Crew Chief is out this year because Greg was out last year, and Body Shop Union Jack Ramon is out this year because the Lemons were out last year, and you could have him fight them. But then, like, combine them on the poster.
Yeah. And to add to your thing is that I believe the back of the packaging for the Cars tunes does have Kabuto with flames on the back, even though he's not on the poster.
Well, Sarge is missing from the poster, but the poster copyrights Jeep, so I think they just forgot to put Sarge on the poster.
That's also probably it.
Because they have missed. Allegedly, we were supposed to get You the Bomb Mater last year, and he was missing from the poster and then got canceled. I don't know if I buy that, but that's what I've heard.
I remember hearing that, and that's sad. Because I really wanted a Thailand. I love Thailand Maters more than the China ones.
I only have Fighting Face Mater, and I just want the character from a children's movie with a bomb strapped to him. If I told you this kid's movie ends with the main character, this G-rated kid's movie ends with the main character having a bomb strapped to him and the others having to defuse it, like that's... And people say Cars 2 is bad.
It's funny how, like, that's like the most tame thing out of everything else in that movie.
Right.
But here's some other awful pairings. You have like the Pit Mater with Sign.
Yeah, that one bothers me. I was so excited for, like, Doc with the War Wagon to come back or something. Or so I don't have Pit Crew Sarge. Yeah. Pit Crew Fillmore in 2021. I don't like them re-releasing cars so close together. I feel like they keep doing that. Like, Otis was out in 2022. Why is he back again? Which is why I'm saying that, like, well, everything is still the same line, so it makes sense. But still, yeah. I feel like they're reusing too many cars. I feel like they're using the same packaging style as a lazy excuse to just re-release the same things again and again. But in the case of Mater with Sign, I was so excited for because he was in one of the first cars revealed for this year, and I was like, oh, cool, who else are we going to get from the Pit Crew? Nobody. No one. Mater.
Lightning Ramon would have been a nice one.
Yeah. Because for several years they were updating one old Ramon every year, and they haven't done that for the past few years. Lightning Ramon would be nice because the hydraulic variant has the more accurate paint scheme. It has flat red instead of metallic, and
yep.
We haven't gotten that.
I'm not trying to sound like back in my day kind of scenario, but every time, like, they did bring back cars from, like, previous years, like.
They still do. It's been 9 years since we've had Mater with Sign, but still.
Yeah,
Your
but
point
like
still
they
stands.
they do, but like you were talking about so close together, like
Yeah.
they did that. They always brought back cars from the previous year, but they always added new characters, like a new car to go with it.
Yeah.
Like the Tuners line in like 2013, it was brought back in 2014, and they added like the version, like some new ones.
Yeah, see, I feel like it's so easy to pull a back in my day when really things haven't changed that much with how it's handled. But there are certainly changes, but I feel like a lot of complaints I hear are like, well, you'd still be complaining about the same things back in the day. But
Yeah.
something like that, I was excited when they, for lack of a better term, abolished the series system a few years back, because I was like, oh cool, now they're free. They can do whatever they want, no matter what. And then they immediately are just like, we're grouping cars together again. And I feel like this year is one of the only years since getting rid of series where they kind of took advantage of that, but like in a bad way. Like,
Yeah.
I did not want, as soon as I saw a racing tractor was coming back, I was terrified. I do not need more racing tractors. But still, it's weird to just have one.
Release some new ones.
Wheel-Del Lee. I was, in 2021, I was so sick of all the racing tractors and the racing legends. I love all of them individually, other than Jodon Jackson, who I have beef with. But I just don't like how many we got that year. And so it's just weird to see, here's one racing tractor, here's just Wheel-Del Lee. I would love to have other 50s cars that were not racers. And so these cars that released early in the year, like Mater with Sign and Wheel-Del, made me so excited to see, because I anticipated us getting cars like them, like we usually get, whether that be other interesting re-releases. And we did get Double Clutch Daily, who also counts as a non-racer 50s car, but who cares, he just came out.
Yeah.
And then...
But like, if you included like one new one, I would be fine. Like, you know, like, because back in the day, like 2015, they brought back like the Rusty's 10 series.
Yeah.
In 2016, they carried it over, and they gave us like like 4 new ones.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
so
because they brought the Rusty's cars back last year, or
2 years ago
last
now.
year, and I was hoping that they'd do like a new one maybe, but nope.
No, but don't worry, you got 80 clowns, it's all good. It's weird because these are groups where it's so easy to get new releases. It's so easy to pull whatever you want from the background and make new releases. But something like I was talking about before you joined, how much the poster killed my hype for this year. I'm still salty that we got it in February. But I thought this year
Very
had...
strange, because we got the poster for last year in like what, September? Or
June.
August?
We usually get it over the summer.
Oh yeah, June.
I made a bingo board for things I thought would happen this year related to series I like, and I lost a point for Cars poster drops in June. It's always like randomly June or July.
It's funny because Mattel even said that they weren't gonna do Cars posters anymore.
They just do in February. I just
Yep.
feel like they're making weird choices.
2023. But yeah.
Edwin Cranks and Greta in a 2-pack and nobody associated with them. This is why I kind of want series back at this point, because series at least guaranteed we get more cars like that.
Mm-hmm.
It would kind of push them
Here's,
to make more.
And something that I mentioned this earlier, how I'm not a huge fan of race cars, you know? Just because, like...
Yeah, no, I'm not either. I'm like
because,
the one guy who doesn't care.
If you look at this year, there's nothing but race. Like, okay, there's like a few exceptions, but like...
There are 11 Piston Cup racers from the first movie, and none of them are... All of them have been out at some point in the last 5 years.
Yep. Next gens.
There's one next gen. There's just one. There's only Eric Breaker. Oh, and then there's a few in 2-packs.
But like, you know, we could have gotten maybe like, I don't know.
The Thunder Hollow announcer. Do it, you cowards.
I was gonna say like Danny Suarez, maybe that'd be a nice one from Thailand.
Ed Trunken. not out since 2017. There have been I more and more as time has gone on, I cannot escape people wanting the Cars 3 veterans back. And yeah, they're right. I'm missing a few,
I would.
and I have every next
I wouldn't
gen, so
mind
maybe
some.
it's my bias, but
But like we also have the Thunder Hollow racers.
Yeah.
The heavy racers. We have some soft lap racers, and I think there's only like 2, but like there's some that you could probably still find from last year.
I could divide them up. I like mentally divide them by Piston Cup racers and then like everything else. Like I don't, when I'm thinking of racers, I don't really count like, yeah, the Demolition Derby racers. I kind of half count the flashback racers, but that is a good point. I mean, I just want to find whoever at Mattel is deeply in love with Kirsten Marshall. I need to find whoever it is that keeps re-releasing her.
Gosh.
I need to find who keeps putting her on store shelves. I did some stupid meme once where I did this scene in Spider-Man where he goes, everywhere I go I see his face, but it was Kirsten.
K Pillar to Rev was like bad enough, but now. Hey, here is one very positive thing about K Pillar to Rev, because I am so tired of seeing her on the pegs. But I'm thankful they're in a 2-pack rather than a single.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely.
And I'm also happy because in the third 2-pack case of this year, they're not in that case at all.
They should have been in a 2-pack from the beginning. I feel like for years now, 2-packs have gotten better. I recorded an entire video in like 2021 called like the problem with 2-packs, and I just never got it out. But I thought it was a really good analysis on how bad 2-packs were at the time, and they've gotten much better in the past 2 years. They've gotten much better, but like. It always bothers me when we get a 2-pack of cars that are not on screen together, and it also bothers me when we get a 2-pack of cars that just should be with other cars. And On the Road is like the prime example of that. The fact that there aren't On the Road McQueens and Maters in 2-packs together, but McQueen's out here with a pit stop Asaurus and stuff like that. And Kay and May. Kay was out in a 2-pack with Mater instead of May. Like they just made some weird choices with the On the Road 2-packs. They've gotten better, but
last year, I mean this year's great for 2-packs as well. But last year, that last 2-pack case.
Oh, it was amazing. That's like one of the best 2-pack waves of all time.
And like the nice cherry on top was the Cars Tune one with Kabuto with flames and Ninja.
And then it was a new Kabuto based on the canceled prototype.
And also the artwork was sick.
I was so happy to be wrong when I looked at the poster. I told everyone like, yeah, that's just an old prototype image of Kabuto, and then it was legit.
Once again, it's funny because that might have been my favorite new release. Oh wait, no, I was wrong. I have a new favorite release of this year. I said it was the Alien car. There's actually one that beats it, and it's Ramon.
Yeah.
On the road, Ramon.
I did. I polled my audience a few months back for the best new release and re-release of 2023, and Kabuto got like 3rd place for new release. The West Philanthropist won, which I did not see coming.
I'm not a huge fan of like the Dino episode, but like I'm not gonna lie,
it's a good release.
The way they designed them, is really.
I just opened it up like last week, and it's pretty good. I'm not a big fan of the dinosaur cars, but I can't deny that it's a good release.
Same thing for like Road Rumbler cars. Like they're just designed really well.
Yeah. Somehow the lemons didn't get on the re-release list. I think it's because they were really hard to find. I never found them.
Yeah. I mean, they never hit the U.S.
Purple Toad. I don't mind the poster being out early because I've already forgotten most of the guys. Honestly, me too. And I talk about this daily. So... Honestly, I don't believe Motto wasn't in an early On the Road case. Well, Motto's design was a spoiler. That's kind of it. All right, Rashid, what do you have for us? GR.
That's fine, but
Sorry, continue.
But like Randy should have been like. Randy should have been. If I were to like read, like, I guess, design the like the first few cars from On the Road,
Mm-hmm.
I would have had like one main character from like each episode.
Yeah.
Maybe not like getting hitched or trucks because that'd be hard. But like have Randy be like the only car from like the 2022 wave.
Yeah. GRC in the main line is the worst decision. It's too big to the point where it takes away from the rest of the main line. Should have been a proper EU line to flesh out the rest of the main line. Yeah, no, I get that. I agree. I mean, it takes up 10 slots that could have been movie characters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying get rid of the GRC. I'm saying make it EU.
It's funny when you think that the Easter line had a extended universe, like kind of pack, like release.
Yeah.
Yeah, GRC.
Well, those were impossible to find because they came out in November.
I would have rather preferred that, honestly. Have the GRC be an extended line.
Yeah.
And have the Easter card be in the main
Well,
line.
they're doing the glow racers as the extended, but for usually we have like a Target line and a Walmart line, and there isn't a Walmart line right now. The GRC would have fit in there really well.
Here's a good video idea for you. Walmart is like completely failing.
Yeah.
Like completely.
Half cases.
Here's a good comparison to this. Walmart, the only thing that was good about Walmart last year was that they were getting in cases on time.
Yeah.
If Target had cases on time, like the same way Walmart did, there's no point to go to Walmart.
Yeah.
For like, no, I was gonna say haulers, but like there was no new haulers last year.
Cruise hauler, woo. I'm waiting for the cruise hauler stands to attack me. I just haven't found any.
You haven't? I found like 5.
Okay, there we go. We're getting somewhere. I was like, I went to that Walmart with, and found the cruise hauler, and my dad was with me, and I was like, oh, that's a new hauler. I'm gonna pass, and he was like, no, it's fine, because he knows I don't usually buy haulers. I don't have space for them, and they're more expensive. And he was like, no, it's fine. I'll pay for it. And I was like, no, I genuinely don't want this. I was like, there hasn't been a new hauler in over a year, and this one wasn't in the movie. I could use it for my series. But I have the plastic one, and I didn't feel the need to get the diecast. I might pick it up eventually. It looks nice.
I only got it because I was like, I just really wanted something new from like the movie. It's not even in the movie.
Right. Well, neither is the Taco Man crew chief.
I made a very funny joke that might offend people, but I think it's really funny. The Taco Man crew chief got canceled, and he was white. And they brought him back, and he's now brown.
I don't know what the consensus has been, but I'm so disappointed by the designs of the Taco Mint pit crew. Just to have the pity be all white, like you could have done something really interesting. I still wish the pitties looked like gumdrops, but that would mean you'd have to make more than one, and we can't have that.
Yeah.
I prefer the new design for the crew chief because it just matches Greg better.
I think they could have done something like half, like maybe like the top, like.
Yeah, just like Greg. Something like Greg.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to do like a poll, just to gauge which one people prefer, but I think I should wait until the diecast is out.
I will say there is one thing I do like about the crew chief design more, and this is more so in the prints, not the color, is that it matches more with the other crew chief designs, because like every crew chief has a design that they all match. Like,
yeah.
Which I remember what it was. I think it's like the number on the side and like the sponsor on the hood. And in the old design, the canceled one, the number was on the hood.
It was on the hood, yeah, that was weird.
And it's like, okay. I remember I got attacked for this.
Okay.
Like this was like 4 years ago.
It's okay, I'll defend you.
It's the Sputter Stop cap.
Yeah.
Cars 1 or Cars 3.
It's the first movie.
No, it's third.
Are you on Team Cars 3? Okay, somebody told me a few days ago this was a debate. No, it's from the first one. Okay,
look. All I'm gonna say is that I know it was released in the Dinoco 400 series. I don't. Just because Mattel put it in the like what I call wrong series.
Right.
I I mean, they literally put Waitress Me and T in the Danica.
Right. It does have a Cars 1 style render.
I know, but like.
But the other problem is that, like,
it's like a reskin.
I've been told that, like, because it doesn't have like the background color or something. But if you look at the one in Car Finder, it does have white on it. If you look at the trailer, and it does look like it matches that.
Okay, here's my debate.
Yeah.
If you put him next to all of the Cars 3 cabs, he fits in perfectly next to all of the Cars 1 cabs. And it's because...
From like a graphic design standpoint?
I'm trying to remember, what's his name again?
Dan Holland?
I don't want to call him.
It's okay, I just
Dan
Googled
Holland,
him.
Yeah. Dan Holland, he has silver mirrors.
Okay.
Every single Cars 3 cab has silver mirrors. Not a single Cars 1 cab.
I think it could very well be they set out to make a Cars 1 one, but just like had been doing so many Cars 3 ones that they copied some of the designs.
And then also every Cars 1 cab minus Mac's out of the way.
Yeah, no, we don't count Mac.
So Cars 1 cabs, they all have the same design. They're all one base color. They have the number on the side, no crazy detail, it's just a small number.
Okay.
And then the logo has like white background and then just the sponsor. While Dan Holland has like this crazy intricate design, just like all the Cars 3 cabs have an intricate design.
Okay, you've partially won me over. I still think he's supposed to be a Cars 1 character, but I think they...
No, you could be right. It could be possible. And
well, because, I mean, he wasn't in the movie regardless, so I think they could very well have set out to make a Cars 1 hauler and then just use the design language from the Cars 3 ones, because they've been doing so many.
Here's the final nail in the coffin.
Is it the Gaskets cab that came out like a year later?
Huh?
The Gaskets cab came out a year later and uses the Cars 1 design style.
It's not that. It's in whenever Cars 3 diecast first got leaked.
Oh, was it in like the rumored list name?
Yes, Dan Holland was in the Cars 3 lists.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
It's really interesting when you look back at that list because I think RC Cars 5 made a video about it. But
thank you for calling him by his correct name.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. But that list is so interesting because there's so many cars on that list.
Yeah.
That weren't even out until like 2019, I think.
Shout out Brick Yardley's sponsor, still waiting for him, and McQueen with headset.
But like Leroy Hemming was on that list. I think
McQueen with headset and Fabulous McQueen with headset are both on there.
Were they on the list? I don't remember.
Yeah, he's on there as Hero McQueen, which is Cars 3 McQueen from the design name for him.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I was gonna do a video a while back on that old list. Let me see if I could find it because it's from a Take 5 Day article.
It's very interesting when you look at that list. Like when you look at it today.
Yeah, so let's see. I don't remember what their article was called, but I'm going through Take 5 a Day.
Oh yeah, here's one diecast that I think no one cares about now, but like I feel like it just needs to be released, and that's the Storm Decal Cruise.
Oh yeah. Well, at the very least, she was canceled. I know that sounds stupid, but
did you know that a car got canceled this year?
Yeah, and I've heard replaced by, according to someone, replaced by Margaret.
Yes. I'm happy there's another person who has different views on RC Cars 5.
Let's see. So I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what the. Oh, there you go. I'm trying to remember what the old Take 5 Day article was called, but let's see. Cars 3. Yeah, I don't remember, but let me just Google it. Cars 3. Let's see if I could find it. I love that the way I Google is the same way I look up things, so my videos always just come up. It's not helpful. I know it was from late. I know it was from late 2016.
I don't don't watch RC Cars 5's videos anymore, but I do watch his case listings just because, like, he does sometimes hint information.
I just get his case listings from other people.
Me too, but I watch his videos because he does accidentally hint some things. Because he did hint, but I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but he did say Unijack Ramon is the one without the paint gun. I don't know if that's true or not.
That would be nice, but I don't know. I mean,
if it is, that'd be nice. He said it was different. He says that we're getting it this year in his listing, and he was kind of acting like it was new. So that's just my hint. And he also did give away about the Cars Tune stuff last year, so that's why I watched him.
Well, it's not like he has an NDA or something. I'm sure, honestly, if he, I highly doubt he signed like a thing that says he can't say. He's just, I don't know who he's in contact with, but he probably has, quite frankly.
I think he is actually not allowed to say stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's a legal thing.
I don't think it's not like the MCU where like he spoils anything. Kevin Feige's just gonna shotgun him in the head or something.
Right.
Like I don't think they're gonna care crazy much that, he revealed Cars Tunes are coming back and we're doing nothing with them. Oh no.
I've considered getting in contact with people so that I could get case listings so people have somebody else to watch reveal them.
Yeah.
But because I don't like the fact that we rely on one person.
There's actually two people.
Yeah.
It's get me collectibles, but yeah.
Yeah.
He also gets them, so.
Yeah, but like on YouTube, we rely on one person. But I don't want to be that because I think knowing everything that's coming out would ruin my excitement at all times. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Something I was gonna say about. Oh yeah, I don't know how we got totally sidetracked. I was talking about Walmart.
Oh right.
But okay, like Walmart is just really bad right now. The only thing good that they got going for them is finding new singles on time. They don't even get the 24 count case. They get the 12 count case, which
is just their own case.
Thankfully, this year, they every new car is in the 12 count case because I know last year there was quite a few that weren't. Thankfully, this year every car is in the 12 count case, but like they don't even have 2-packs. They have those trashy 2-packs with like the
accessories.
Cones and, yeah, which the only thing I remember liking them at first because I really liked the pairings that they did, but then like they did nothing with them. I thought they were gonna do some cool stuff with them, like exclusives in there, but like no one buys them.
Okay, I found the Cars 3 rumor list finally. Let's see. I found one of their articles on it. Yeah, September 2016. I did this whole video once where like it was just all this old stuff. I did a video about the like 1 winner 42 losers line and how Take 5 a Day had a field day trying to figure out what the missing racers were before we knew what all the Piston Cup sponsors were. And it was so wholesome. I was just reading through all these Take 5 a Day comments. It's like, take me back to when this was a blog site people used and commented on.
I miss the old days. I miss the old days where like Cars was actually treated like a franchise for adults. Like they gave stuff to adults. Like
they still do, or else we wouldn't get stuff like Ben Dordan. You know, like they know they have collectors, but
yeah. But like, okay, but what I mean by like, I feel like they knew they definitely there was an audience for adults like Comic-Con exclusives. Like no child is gonna go out their way to like that's specifically an adult thing.
Yeah.
Like,
I think they still know, but they also understand that they have a very small amount of adult collectors, and thus it's not entirely worth it.
Yeah, but like
that's kind of where I stand.
Like, if you remember, they released that like big pack with like every racer.
Yeah.
Like no child is gonna get that, and if they did, I'm gonna cry because they most likely don't even have an Applewhite card anymore because it's destroyed the moment they touched it. But like, like that's clearly an adult thing right there. And of course the Precision Series, line, which they canceled that line. Ironically, the same time they stopped doing Comic-Con exclusive stuff.
Yeah, it could have been an internal shift. Them simply, I think they saw the Precision Series not doing well as a much bigger issue than it was. And I can't say that because I don't work at the company. I don't know like how much they invested in it and how much they lost or whatever. But still, I feel like I genuinely feel like that kind of killed them catering to older collectors. They were like, people don't, you know. My problem was I never found Precision Series cards. My stores only got Wave 1 in, ever.
That's another thing that, like, their points for saying the Precision Series line didn't do too good. It's probably because you only sold them at Toys R Us and Cars Land.
Yeah.
Cars Land in particular.
And that always bothered me. To cancel a line that you didn't...
And I guess you were able to get them on Amazon, but, like...
It's Amazon.
Huh?
I said it's Amazon. I'm not really going to count it.
Yeah. But, like, of course they didn't sell well, because... And then let's also don't forget that Toys R Us shut down.
Yeah.
But... It's... And I guess there's one thing that you probably would also need to factor in. It's Donald Trump. Funny thing to bring up in the conversation. They... Basically, I think... Like he removed like tariffs or something.
Yeah, no, there was a not to get political, but there were taxes on China in place, which is a speculated reason behind why they switched to Thailand. I don't know how much basis that has, but yeah.
I think that's straight up confirmed. I mean, that's a very high coincidence.
Yeah. Not to go into that, but that is part of it is a taxing reason. Yeah. I'm still trying to find this article, and I got a 404 error. So maybe they deleted it. Maybe there are things they don't want us to know. They don't want us to remember Brick Yardley's sponsor almost got made. Still waiting for him.
Alright, I guess I gotta go to RC Cars 5's channel.
No!
Do I just type in Cars 3 stuff, I guess?
Cars 3, like, rumors. I didn't know what to look up.
Wait, I think this might be it. YouTube is so loud. Okay, wait, okay, good news. I think he put them all in his description.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I'm trying to see if there's any notable ones.
I have his Skype. Do you want me to ask? I messaged him twice.
I do as well.
Calling him at 3 a.m. OMG, he didn't answer because he's asleep.
Hillbilly fan is one of them.
Okay.
I don't really know. I mean, my theory is I don't really know who that could be.
Did you get the Take 5 a Day link up?
No, wait.
Dang.
Actually, wait. I wonder if he added in the link.
Okay. Well, Hillbilly fan, I always assumed is the guy that yells at Chester Whipplefilter. He has voice lines. He would have been a deluxe, so if this is in the single lineup, that's wrong.
True.
I always kind of assumed the Hillbilly fan was that guy. If not, it could be an early name for any number of cars at the Demolition Derby. No offense to them, but I think they kind of fit that classification. It's just there are no Piston Cup fans that really fit that description. None of them speak or have like a distinct look that I could classify as that.
Oh, so that's recent posts. Oh wow, this was 2016.
Yeah.
Maybe this one? No, that's not it.
Are you on Take 5 today, or are you still on his channel?
Yeah, I'm on Take 5 a day.
Yeah, I found the one for
That's not it.
I found the one in for 2 packs, which I could read off at least. Although I think all these came out. We have Bobby Swift and Strip Weathers Jr., Chick Hicks with Headset and Natalie, Jeff Gorvette and the King.
I'm gonna cry. I saw a post for canceled planes diecast.
No. Cars 3 McQueen and Sally, McQueen with Mud and Luigi / Guido with Mud. Interesting that they were called with mud instead of with cloth. Young Smokey and Dirt Track Doc, Sterling and Cruz, Mini and
okay.
Van.
Okay, here's one. Bread Mustang Burger Arsenal, which was obviously canceled.
We knew that.
We have Lightning McQueen Epilogue, which I assume is
Fabulous McQueen, yeah.
Lightning McQueen Shredded Wrap.
Oh, that's Midnight Run McQueen.
Yep. I also have a theory that could be maybe McQueen with like the mud removed.
I don't think so, because that then released as wet.
Yeah, and but actually no, it would have to be Shredded Wrap because they call Rusty's Racing Center McQueen Lightning McQueen with wrap. So.
Okay.
The new race Decode McQueen. Todd Pizza Plant Truck new.
Yep.
That's just one.
Here, can you send me the link to the article?
Oh yeah, sure.
Thank you. So I could follow along with it. I know Hero McQueen is Cars 3 McQueen with Headset because when you're making a movie, the main design is referred to as the hero look. Intro McQueen is Rusty's McQueen, I assume?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Because they call Ramon Intro Ramon, so.
Unless it's Primer McQueen, but no, this is the main line. New Race Deco McQueen. So, I assume that's Cars 3 McQueen, is New Race Deco.
Yeah, I assumed. Unless they mean the Dynaco Fabulous McQueen.
Yeah. One comment. Yes! Thanks, Raukun. September 6, 2016 at 4:19 p.m. Said yes.
Okay, wait, here we go. Okay, I got a deluxe link.
Okay.
I got deluxes. We got RSN Blimp, Murphy.
Do you think the RSN... Do you think the... yeah, this was combined 2017 and Cars 3 stuff. 18. That's why Murphy and Pinky are on there.
Frank Pinkerton.
Well, they were supposed to be 2017 and got pushed back to 2018, I believe. The RSN blimp is, I assume, just the Lightyear blimp from Cars 3.
Oh, well, yeah. Ambulance, which I'm assuming is the Super Chase one.
Yeah, Morgan Martin, yep.
RV Motorhome.
Little known government name of RV.
Fire Truck, we all know who that is. Dr. Damage, Ritter. RV with crown and flags.
That's Van Scanley.
Oh, wait, Van Scanley. I was like, yeah. Sputter Stop Cab, Jocko Flocko Cab.
Sputter Stop Cab, we were just talking about that guy.
Yep.
So I think that's confirmation then that he was a Cars 1 release then, if he's on this rumor list with 2017 deluxes.
Yeah, but he's also like mixed with he's like mixed with 2017 and 18. Which
I will destroy your argument. Keep going.
Well, I mean, it is funny that he's mixed with Mac, Cars 3, and Jocko Flocko.
Yeah, that doesn't help. That really doesn't help us.
Flatbed Truck, which is
what's his face, you know?
Shield, which I want to get so bad.
One of these days.
Red, and then haulers. Yeah, all the haulers we got that year. Here's one that people don't know about. Radiator Springs Classic Deluxe.
Red. Well, we were supposed to get red in that really nice blue repaint of Dustin Mellows.
Oh, yeah. Chet Boxcar.
Yeah, he came out as all the cabs came out that year in 2017.
Oh wait, that's the Cavs. Okay.
Yeah.
But there's more though. There's a lot more on this list. Some of those did come out, but Major with Cone's Heath was one of them.
10th time he was planned and canceled.
Paul Valdez. That's the
Paul Valdez. That's the orange guy with
Yeah.
the oil can.
That's it. Yeah, I'm not that good with names. But here's an interesting one. For the Radio Strings Classics Deluxe line, Hank Weathers cab, Bobby Swift cab, and Rick Yardley cab.
All right.
That's kind of a weird one for the Classic Deluxe line. But and then there's like
We've never gotten them as singles.
No, we never did, and we never will.
Now we
I'm
never
personally
will.
okay with that. I'm not a huge fan of like cabs.
I'm not a fan of cabs if we don't have the hauler, but something like Xavier Rodalt from Cars 3. I have a problem with Cars 3 cabs because I think the Cars 1 cabs can stand on their own, but something like the oh my god, the Spearmint cab from Cars 3 that we got in 2021 bothers me because you could tell the design continues onto the back and we don't have it.
Yeah. That's okay. That's Deluxes. Is there any more? Oh, here we go. Oh wait, no, this is It's just like the weird stuff like those.
I just have to find the list that Brickyard, the sponsor, was on. How far in advance do I have to make a birthday request? Just a few weeks typically. I'll have people give me one like months in advance, which I think is a little too early. I'm getting requests from people for May now, so if your birthday's in May, you could go for it. If not, just wait, please. Thank you.
Okay, nothing new here. Okay, I think I could have sworn like Leroy Hemming was on the list though.
I'm not sure.
Unless if I'm missing a list.
I just remember Chisaki being on a rumor list for 2019.
Oh, by the way, here's a good example of why I do think GRC could return next year.
Yeah.
And that is because they did do that with, of course, it was a side series, but the T-Rock did continue, like, because I remember the Carnival Racers were in 2016, but they were also in 2017.
Yeah, but we usually get, we have that now with the Glow Racers, and we had that with the NASCAR line and Welcome to Radiator Springs. It's usual for expanded universe lines to have at least a 2-year run. Sometimes they go a little longer.
I don't think I'm the only one, but I do not like the Glow Racers.
I think they're, I mean, I don't really know where I land on them. I just like the fact that they function. I did not expect them to glow well, and they do, and my interest kind of ends there.
They do.
Versus, I'm talking about versus the 2018 glow in the dark mini racers, which are awful.
I will admit they do glow nice, but it's I think it's more so the fact that that they were supposed to come out in July.
Yeah, they got pushed back. It was a mess. One of the waves got canceled.
Yeah.
The wave with Jackson.
There was so much planned. I think it would have been awesome if we got all of them by August, but then they just.
I think my hot take, which I've never heard anybody comment on, I mentioned it. I reviewed Will the other day, and I like Will. It's fine. I mean, I don't like pointless next gen variants. There shouldn't be more Paul Conravs in the diecast line than there are Lizzies. But the thing is, I would have preferred if the Glow Racers were just like the Scavenger Hunt line, and they just took miscellaneous characters and did glow in the dark variants of that, like they do metallic cars. I would have preferred that over an expanded universe line, because it feels like the Glow Racer is trying really hard to strike this balance of Radiator Springs characters. No, Jackson wasn't canceled. Jackson's wave was canceled and delayed. I think we're still getting him.
Yeah.
He's fine. His wave was supposed to come out back in December. But they're trying to strike this balance between main character variants and racers, which I appreciate, because it means we're not getting that many racers and we're getting characters I actually care about. But I think I would have preferred, and also half of them have new designs, and then you have Cruz who just doesn't. or Ryan Laney, who recently leaked, and Chase, who don't. I think I would have preferred if they just, and McQueen I guess technically doesn't. I think I would have preferred if they just took pre-existing characters, like significant characters, and made glow-in-the-dark variants of them instead of like doing an expanded universe line. Because I feel
was
like they're
thinking
making a weird
that
balance.
They were gonna use the glow in the dark feature, and just use them for like on the road stuff, like the ghosts.
Yeah, I
And,
really
like-
like how they pulled off the ghosts. Actually, I think it works
Me
just doing
too,
these
but
flat
if
greens.
If they glowed though, like and be the same color, that would have been, a nice touch.
Yeah, you could definitely pull off a glow in the dark green like that. I
mean,
heard
look,
people
it's
suggest.
like the same color as Elmore and Chase, just give a matte finish to it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I also thought they were gonna do the Mater from the Trucks episode when like he started glowing.
Yeah, no, I genuinely I want that as a diecast. I know that's really a weird choice, but I want like psychedelic music video Mater. I want.
I think it'd be a fun one. That would be a fun one. By the way, I found the 2-pack lists.
Yeah, I found it too. It's nothing. I think I already read it.
Well, I found another one.
Oh, okay.
This is just a name change, but Tailgate and Krabby.
Yeah, was it Sigler?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
And then, but the thing that interests me is that they said plus 5 others, and I'm fairly certain that's like every 5-pack we got minus the 5 others.
I think those 5 were just re-releases.
Oh wait.
Yeah, so Sigler was originally named Krabby, no relation to the boat in Cars 2. I don't know. Sigelert's such a weird name. A Sigelert is like a Sigelert is a okay. I look up Sigelert and Sigelert from Cars pops up. I just want to know what the word Sigelert means. Sigelert meaning. Oh, it's spelled with an S. Okay. The official highway patrol definition of a Sigelert with an S is any unplanned event that causes the closing of one lane of traffic for 30 minutes or more. I like that they have a specific name for that. Whenever I type Sigelert, it autocorrects to cigarette. But, I mean, it's neither here nor there. Yeah, so it's spelled with an S. So it's similar to how APB is also like a term.
I wonder if there's like another.
I know there's another list of singles out there, but unless I've been hallucinating Brickyard, the sponsor for 7 years.
Hype. I strangely kind of miss it.
See, I wasn't there for it. That's the problem. Here's my wild. I don't even know if I've ever told this before. Here's my wild, wacky Cars 3 story. I was not excited for Cars 3, and I was upset at myself that I wasn't. And I was like, you know what? I think when it comes out, I'll really like it. I was going on and off, having like occasional Cars phases every once in a while, getting really into it for a few months, and then sort of moving on. And I was really hoping that I would really get into Cars 3. I remember the diecasts getting revealed, and I just didn't really care. I remember them showing up in stores, and I just didn't really care. And then one day, something just clicked. And I started watching reviews, and I started being like, I should go out and buy as many Cars 3 diecasts as possible, which eventually, of course, I did. I bought a lot of them, all at once. And the rest is history. And then I started my channel in August. I had back surgery that summer. I had scoliosis, and they put metal rods in my back. A friend of mine used to call me Man Iron because apparently I'm the reverse of Iron Man. Personally, I prefer Wolverine.
Yeah.
But I've got like metal rods in my back to straighten it out. Apparently, if I didn't get the surgery, my lungs like would have been crushed or something crazy like that. Like I always enjoyed making videos and stuff, and I was in a hospital bed for a month. We rented a hospital bed in my living room. I think that's when I started watching your videos actually.
Oh wow.
I'm
so sorry you had to deal with that.
No, that's okay. This is so corny, but I remember.
This country too is also bad, but like my videos.
I remember watching one of your videos was the first time I remember feeling no pain after my surgery. So, shout out you for that one. Thank you. But
Why am I fucking about to cry?
but then I learned how to do custom cars from your one tutorial video, which I did later that summer. Then at the end of the summer, I was like, wait, why don't I just start a YouTube channel? And then I did.
Out of curiosity, what videos were, or I guess like what kind of, I don't know if you know, like I guess season, because I know I did seasons.
I want to say it was season 2. I don't remember. I just binge watched all of it.
Season 3 and 5 were my favorites to make.
Well, I've made like 40 seasons of a car series, and it send help. We beat out One Piece in terms of episode count a few months back. I was very proud. I was very proud of that.
You know, it's always funny because I do occasionally go back and watch like my first season.
Yeah.
And there's so many things I did in that. Like, imagine if that actually happened in the universe. Like, it'd be so dumb.
Oh,
like,
Cruz was evil in my show, so you don't hold a candle to what I did.
Oh, okay.
She's fine now. She got better. My friend and I do a rewatch podcast for my series now, and it's so awful going back. We have an episode in the first season. I didn't have enough piston cup racers to fill out the background, so like they had guest racers, including Neon Raoul and Superfly.
Oh, that's funny. I remember one thing I did was like basically like Doc didn't want McQueen to go back to the Piston Cup in the second episode, and like I think the reason I thought that is because I kept Doc being like this grumpy car.
Yeah,
like,
you didn't
that was
understand
just
like the
me
character
realizing that he
development.
was, like, not grumpy anymore after
Yeah.
Cars 1.
I made the Demolition Derby cars villains at one point. Because I guess I didn't get it. And to this day, they're in jail in my series. The next season I'm finally clearing that up and just saying that they got like pardoned off camera. That's been a loose end for 5 years. I haven't touched
I'm
it.
trying to remember who I made evil. I know I did Kabuto, like the
Yeah.
tuners, but like that's
I do a ton of tuner stuff in my series. Kabuto's dead.
Oh, Leroy Hemming. I did Leroy Hemming.
See, I've had ideas for Leroy Hemming. I've never used him in my series, but I've really flip flopped on if I want him to be antagonistic or not, because I like the concept of him just being like just an old guy and he's fine.
I mean, hey, I made Leroy Hemming Davey Apex's grandfather, so
I think that's fun though. I mean,
Yeah.
the one that's like so infamous that it's a running joke on my channel is
Okay, so
I-
I did have. Okay, so
Yeah.
whenever I was a kid, I only had like 6 to 7 Piston Cup racers.
yeah.
And then Racerama came out, and I painted them all into those student racers.
Ooh.
And so I didn't have any Piston Cup racers, and then I did my series, and then I was just kind of redoing the themes of like the video game.
Yeah.
And then I realized I had no racers, and so I just painted them back into just random race cars. And I didn't know the sponsors, and so the most knowledgeable thing I did was not look what they were, and just made up my own. So you got a McDonald's race car. You have the Avengers race car.
My favorite car.
You had a Blue Dog car, which people had no idea what that was. It is like a local thing in New Orleans because it's where I'm from. So, or where I grew up, but so I knew what that was.
I did. I had a car sponsored by Disney. I've been told the D looks like an on button. I repainted him. I don't know what he is now.
Of course, I had the collection TV racer.
I had that too, but mine was made out of a Chester Whipple filter.
Huh.
It was awful. My spare Chester for the last 6 years now has been a gold Chester that I made, just because it's easier than trying to paint the word cool on him. Yeah. I mean I've gotten a lot better. The most infamous episode of my series, which is so long, I tell people just to start at like what I started in like 2021. I rebrand it because it's so long. We have lap 1, lap 2, and now we're on lap 3, and each one is a certain number of seasons long, and they're supposed to be like good jumping on points for new viewers. And lap 1, season 2, episode 7 is a name that will strike fear in the hearts of anybody watching this live stream. Everybody's well aware of it. See, this was one of the first episodes. Season 2, episode 7 is called Doc ... question mark. And a couple more dots in there. See, back in the day, I took episode requests, which was a really stupid idea because I was afraid to say no. And someone asked, can you do an episode where Doc is still alive and he's been hanging out in Smokey's garage the whole time? So Doc is still alive and McQueen discovers him, and Doc, like, freaking faked his death or something. And he thought that, like, nobody cared about him.
Have you heard of the... Oh, wait, no, you probably haven't because it was deleted by this point, but have you heard of Cars, Toys, Movies?
Yeah.
He did, before he did those 3D animation videos...
He had some good stop motions back in the day.
Huh?
He had some good stop motions back before those 3D ones.
Well, yeah, but he also did, like, in 2013, I believe,
Okay.
or 2013 or 14, he did, like, actual, like, die-cast, like, being pulled by string videos.
Mm-hmm. I think I may have seen
And
some
they
of those.
were
Welcome, Purple
so
Toad.
good. They were so good. They were amazing. And, okay, maybe a little bit questionable today, standards, but, like, the quality was really good. Like,
Okay.
because he built, like, sets, and they were really cool.
I think I vaguely remember him bringing Doc back, if that's what this is leading to.
Yes, because he brought Doc back, and, like, he was, like, with the spies.
Yes,
and,
yes,
like,
yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like, the lemons were after him and stuff.
From
But, like,
Purple
it
Toad,
was
join to
really
hear
well-
Discord on the Doc episode. I'm so happy. See, I knew everyone knows it.
But,
It
like,
became a running joke because I
it's
started
really
talking about
sad
it on
when you
stream.
look- It's really sad when you look into why he stopped doing that, and I think it's because, like, someone, like, hacked his YouTube channel.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a mess.
There's a lot of, I don't even know the whole story, but
So at the end of this iconic episode, after we learn that Doc, like, faked his death because he thought nobody in Radiator Springs loved him, well, that's cold. McQueen finds this machine which can, like, was specifically designed to bring 1951 Hudson Hornets back to life, and he uses it, and, like, the lights go out, and it's presumed that McQueen accidentally killed him. See, the thing is, I had to accept this episode request, but I also did not want to, and I didn't want Doc to be alive, so he comes back and then he dies. We consider it the only episode of my entire series that is not canon. It didn't happen. Yeah.
Full Family Guy. It was all just a dream.
The best part is that episode almost had a subplot where Mater, Luigi, and Guido force a tractor to do stunts against its will, and that became the next episode. I mean, one of my...
It's funny, I could totally see that being a thing, though. Like,
Yeah. See, one of my favorite episodes, I have a lot of really fun standalone episodes that I think get lost in the shuffle with, like, long storylines I did. One of my all-time favorites I did last year, when the Barbie movie came out, and it was just every car on the planet wanting to go see it. At one point, Frank rolls up and starts growling, and there are subtitles that say, like, I can't wait to see the Barbie movie. And at the very end, they're like, we're finally ready to go. And everybody in town's about to leave, and Sally goes, yeah, let's go see Oppenheimer. And then it just cuts. then it just cuts. I did one that was a silent film once, and it was the first episode of the season, and I remember getting a comment from a friend of mine saying, like, I was so terrified the whole season would just be a silent film. Then I did one recently where they're training. I had this whole season where Tim Treadless was out of the Piston Cup. He's training to get back alongside the tuners, and DJ has him do a dancing game. So I got a friend of mine to record an entire parody of Just Dance and just performed it with DJ and Disney 100 Flo, who I covered the eyes of because the Just Dance people don't have faces.
that is hilarious.
People keep asking me when I'm gonna sing again. So
I mean,
Your friend sounds really cool. It was Purple
like,
Toad.
I'm assuming you've heard of the Tire song.
I'm well aware of the Tire song. Don't you worry. I probably reference it in an early video. Absolute iconic piece of the Cars fandom.
I'm just happy that people don't know about the other short where there's a bunch of other townies singing.
Oh, the commercial one?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember. Oh, don't you worry. That I remember those. I will now leak it to the world. No, people like. I've been asked to release an album. I do a lot of parody songs in my videos. I've straight up have people being like, "When are you gonna make an album?" I'm like, if I do, it's gonna be called "Songs I Made About Toy Cars."
Hold on, I've been in my car for like parked outside my house for like 20 minutes. I'm just gonna go inside my house real quick.
Okay. This is the part of the stream where Aaron goes inside of his house. I think we're going to be wrapping the stream up soon. I should probably sleep, but... Are Miguel's windows inaccurate? I guess they are. Wow. Cool. I guess they are.
Okay, I am back.
All right, I'm gonna wrap it up in a few minutes because it's almost 11:30 at night. But
out of curiosity, I believe you do, but do you collect Legos?
yeah,
I just got a Lego set.
what'd you get?
Boarding the Tantum 5 hallway.
Oh, nice. 4.
This will be my second one.
You're combining the.
Yes.
I want to get the Droideka.
Okay.
Have you seen the large scale Droideka they just did?
I did. I totally want to get that, but like.
My birthday is the day after it comes out, so I'm just hoping real hard.
Oh, so May 5th or?
May 2nd.
Oh, okay. That's right. Those come out May 1st, but I always think it's May 4th.
Yeah. I just hope the May 4th promo this year is good. I hear it's a battle droid troop carrier, which is cool.
I'm trying to think of which one I want to get. Realistically, it's probably just going to be the mall. interceptor thing.
Yeah. I'm just upset because the leak said that was going to come with Padme and Captain Panaka, and it didn't. But bring back Captain Panaka. Everyone's favorite character. I read something up on him
Jar
once,
Jar.
and it's like the
I
actor.
don't have a Jar Jar.
I have like 3, unfortunately.
I didn't start buying Lego Star Wars until like 2021.
Okay, I started in like 2010.
I bought Lego before. It was
Yeah.
mostly just a money thing, but then I got a job.
Right. Shoot, what was I gonna get?
And even then, I don't even buy the movie stuff. I buy the show stuff. I have a couple of movie stuff, but like, I'm just happy to proudly say that I don't own a single sequel set.
I do. I'm that one guy who thinks the sequels were fine until they got bad.
Episode 7 was okay.
I like 7.
7's fine.
You have to
I'm not
be.
gonna lie, 7 was.
You have to be there. I think.
I was there.
Yeah, I think you had to be there. And then 8 was alright, and then 9 was.
Yep. I prefer this. Is it bad that I prefer the? I mean, I love 1 through 6. I do, but okay. I love 4 through 6, but 3 through 6. 3 through 6. I like episode 3.
Yeah, 3's good.
But I think the shows just kind of make me like the franchise more.
Depends on the show in question. I like that half
Clone
of the
Wars.
Star Wars. It's just Clone Wars. It's Clone Wars. Mando before the 3rd season. The third season.
There is no 3rd season.
The 3rd season made me lose faith in life.
I like Mando 2.5.
Oh yeah, but only when
I
he's
love
on
Ahsoka.
screen. Ahsoka was good.
Bad Batch.
Bad Batch has been good. Bad Batch. There's no way Bad Batch doesn't stick the landing. I was like, okay, all the clones are gonna go to Pabu, and then Pabu gets raided.
See,
It's like, what do they do? Where do they go?
Bad Batch season 1, I was kind of meh on season 1.
Yeah.
I was kind of eh.
I-
Season 2 actually got me intrigued.
And now
then,
season 3's been consistently good.
It's been, yeah, it has been. I only have one complaint.
I don't want Omega to be a Jedi.
Same. I appreciate that they said that she does have midichlorians, which, by the way, I was so happy to hear that word again.
Did they specifically say midichlorian? I don't think they've ever said anything other than
said it
MCAL.
once. They said it once so
Okay.
far.
I think Ventress might have.
Yeah, Ventress said it, but slight spoilers for Rebels. Bad Batch.
For 3 weeks ago.
But like I don't like how slow. Like they're really trying to not tell you everything.
Yeah. So did you see the one from this week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So for them to spend 11 episodes being like, how do we get to Mount Tantus? How do we get to Mount Tantus? Like, guys, I found the person that can tell us how to get to Mount Tantus. Which, like, bonus points for bringing Vice Admiral Rampart back. My parents didn't remember him.
I was so curious who that was.
I paused and was like, you guys remember
Oh,
Vice
yeah.
Admiral Rampart? They didn't. But it's okay.
But also like,
Then for it to just be like, oh, nobody knows where Mount Tantus is, but I know someone who does. Like, shut up.
yeah.
This whole season's just, I know a guy.
And like they still don't even know how to get there. That's gonna be the next episode, I'm assuming. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I don't think he tells them.
Yeah, but who's the guy he knows at this point? What guy I know is left? I hope it's not a forced cameo, but it probably will be.
It's Ahsoka time.
It's just Thrawn. He owes him like $30. That's it.
I strangely wouldn't mind that actually. I'm a sucker for Thrawn.
I'm just happy we're seeing what happened to Barriss after a decade.
Oh, dude, Vader's straight up gonna kill her.
Oh yeah. Oh, he better. I'm kind of afraid they're gonna retcon her into the Seventh Sister. I don't think they will.
I've heard theories that.
I don't have a problem with that, but it should have been her from the beginning instead of a retcon.
Yes, but I also heard a theory that like it is her, but like you know how like those clones that got basically brainwashed and like
Okay.
you know like basically they kind of lost their identity.
Yeah.
which is very tragic. But also, like, I have a theory that they're gonna do that with her in a way, something like that, where she kind of gets brainwashed.
But I feel like because Ahsoka fought her, I feel like she would still recognize the face.
Yeah, I feel like she would have said something, but
I think if Barriss, I think we should keep Barriss alive and have her be the villain of the second season of the Ahsoka show, and she just slinked away. I was hoping that Marok was Barriss, and then Marok was like a ghost demon witch conjure thing.
So wild for.
Oh, the Marok theories were insane. I was just convinced. I denied every piece of evidence that said it was a guy. I was hoping it was Barriss. It spoke and he spoke and was a guy. And I was like, well, the Star Wars website doesn't clarify.
Well, I mean, fun fact, I can't remember his name, but I think he played. He played Darth Maul in the animated.
Was it Sam Witwer? Did Sam Witwer voice Marok?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he voiced. He was the body in the suit. So I think that was more so just a reference or like Easter egg, like nothing crazy,
Yeah.
Like, there's no Star Killer. I promise, there's no Star Killer. It's just a fun little Easter egg reference.
Yeah, people thought it was Starkiller. That was ridiculous.
I saw one theory say that it's a clone of Kanan.
Oh my god, the best theory I've ever heard to this day. Gonna take you back. It was that Snoke was the little kid who says Master Skywalker. There's too many of them.
Oh my gosh.
Best fan theory of all time.
One thing, this was one of my biggest complaints with Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Is like they taking their very sweet time to reveal why they need Omega.
And I guess we could, I feel like it's very much the audience knows and the characters don't, and we're just kind of suffering for it. But we got 3 weeks left.
It's kind of like
Ties Cars 5 never.
Create Palpatine, clone Palpatine, like stuff to tie in the sequel trilogy stuff, but like
we know.
It's a part of me that feels like they're not going that route because
they
I don't know.
Didn't in the third season of Mando. That doesn't exist, and we all thought that's where they were going, and that would make sense.
Yeah.
Who's the
very confusing.
Who's the clone assassin cyborg? What's your take?
Oh, it's Tech.
It's Tech. It's Tech. It's Tech.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah. No questions.
No questions. I've heard convincing theories for Cody, but no, the Bad Batch isn't friends with Cody.
Okay, actually, that's yeah, my friend said that, and I can also see that one. It's just only because he showed up for an episode of Magic.
And he went AWOL, but I don't. It's Tech.
It's definitely Tech, but if it is Cody, I can also believe that. Just like I said, they brought him back for an episode.
But there just aren't personal stakes if it's Cody, other than for Crosshair, who knew him for a day. The one other theory I've heard that I think is really interesting is that it's Crosshair, which I actually wouldn't mind. It's a clone of Crosshair, because Crosshair said they tried to clone him and it didn't work, but we know he was experimented on and he's got his little shaky hand problem. I think that's an interesting theory because this guy's a really good sniper, but all the assassins we've seen are good snipers. So
that's actually another cool theory.
It's an interesting one.
I will say this though: if they all survive by the end of the show, I don't know how I'd feel about that. Only because
well, they're already
kind of straight. Never see them after the show.
Yeah, well, they're already prepping. They killed off Rex's entire team, other than Gregor, and they're prepping for them in Rebels.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be interesting to see where all the clones go. Anyway, I think I should probably wrap things up. But thank you for joining me. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm gonna go sleep now.
What time is it for you?
It's 11:30.
Okay, it's 10:30 for me.
All right, I'll see you guys next time.